I was friends with the Four Brors podcast, but I was never officially in it. Welcome back to the Four Bros podcast with me, your host, Justin Freeburn.
Yeah!
Hey, kids. You like that rock and roll?
Don't worry, don't be afraid, ever. This is just a ride.
On the program this evening,
Four Brothers Podcast.
Welcome to the Four Brors Podcast. The prodigal son hath returned. It's the return of the first guest ever, Justin Freeburn.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry almost Christmas.
No expense spared here. Like, you know, look at
This is all for you. This is all for you.
This is all for me. What am I, like a special needs kid? Like this is a sensory deprivation room.
We have John Cena here as well for you.
Yeah, we've got.
I'd shit myself if only Avengers walked out right now.
What's been the crack by?
Not much, man. I've got a hangover that could kill every fucking cast member of the Coronation Street. You know,
Not good.
I was drinking till about 6 a.m. last night, and whenever you say that, people go, "Oh, who are we out with?" I'm like, by myself. Like,
In the dark.
yeah, it was literally a bottle of Jameson and me crying into the shadows. You know,
Recording your podcast, just like.
yeah, literally, like, because all
That's a
day,
good time.
and all was great. All day yesterday, I just had a migraine, and then I took my medication, and it left me high as a kite. And I was like, you know what? It was like 10:30 at night, and I was like, I'm gonna take a drink.
You took medication or my medication? You say that?
My migraine medication.
Oh, you're
yeah.
Oh, I thought you said my medication.
I thought you.
My medication. Yeah,
It all makes sense now.
I am the special needs kid. You know, I was singing there at the start. I'm the comeback kid. Anyone been watching anything to do with Corey Feldman recently?
Yeah.
the guy from
All
the
the
Goonies.
time. All
Man,
the time.
I am so obsessed
All
with this
the
guy.
time.
He's like fucking.
I love him.
He's trying to be like Michael Jackson, but if he was like, you know, on the spectrum.
he just has no fucking like rhythm whatsoever.
I know, and he's got like the fucking like tone of like a Dr. Seuss character.
Is he really trying to do music or something?
Yeah, he's
for
like
a long
full
time.
like
Fuck
Michael
off.
Jackson mixed with like Limp Bizkit.
And then
He actually went on tour with like Limp Bizkit as well.
I am so interested in
He's
this.
so fucked and bizarre,
Yeah.
right? That sometimes I wonder, is he trolling everybody?
Yeah, is he
you
like
see
taking
one
the
where
piss
he,
out of them?
He doesn't even know how far he is from the mic and he smashes his teeth off.
What? And then he's like doing
Done
like
that
the
a few
fucking
times.
same shoulder shrug like every single time.
I actually went down a rabbit hole because I seen him doing a guitar solo.
Yeah.
And then whatever way I was looking at it, I was like, he's not playing that.
Oh,
Someone's
yeah.
put
Yeah,
that
no,
over the
I-
top.
He's just playing like the highest string,
But I
just
mean,
going beep,
it
beep,
wasn't good anyway. And I was like, maybe he is good. And that, because that doesn't look like he's doing that. So I went down a rabbit hole, found another video, and it wasn't too bad. And then I found another one that was terrible. And then I was like, what is he? Is he good or not?
He's terrible, I think, but I love
What
him.
I want to know is
Very inconsistent.
yeah, exactly. I feel like he gets his outfits from the same place as Cat Williams, though. That's the only thing. Like every outfit he wears looks like a Pimp Chronicles outfit, you
Yeah,
know.
it does, all right.
So every time I see it, I'm like, this is like he's definitely a genius of some sort, you know. Like
Yeah.
where he thinks he's Michael Jackson, but he sounds like fucking like like Freddie Gibbs, you know. Like
How do you grow up in the. Was he touched?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was touched
He was touched.
He was the one
multiple
kid-
times,
But not by Michael Jackson.
but not
Yeah,
by
he
Michael
says.
Jackson,
Right,
no.
right.
I know he was the one that came out and he was like, Michael Jackson's a good lad, but Charlie Sheen's a bad bastard. You know, like he was the one. He was like, I'm going to drop a big name, and everyone was like, it's Charlie Sheen, isn't it? And he was like, no. He was like, he's fucking got me. Fucking
Fuck's sake, you ruined my moment.
That was my
It
news.
was like when someone gets to the punchline before you on stage, you know. Fucking fuming
Let's
about
not do it anymore. Fuck his way home.
Yeah.
Ruined my life.
Growing up a fucking child actor must be madness. Like,
Yeah. Stand
You're
by
getting
me, like-
fucking
Piece of shit has 1,000 eyes.
grouped.
Especially back in those fucking times, like, you know, in that era
Can't
of
say words I
Hollywood.
want to say.
We're like, do you ever hear the story about not to get all conspiracy theory? No, Jake,
Please
about
do.
this. It's the story of Macaulay Culkin talking about this big like CEO or executive walks in the room, and he's wearing like shoes made out of like a wee girl that was like fucking famous in the 80s or something, you know.
Jesus.
Like he walks in and he's like, do you know? Or Macaulay Culkin said some shit like, "Where's blah 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 fucking." Joy Behar. I don't know. I'm just making it.
Joey Behar. She alive. She alive, bro.
I can't think of the wee girl's name, but she was like a wee girl who like died in the 80s,
Yeah.
big actress or whatever. And like he was like pointing at the shoes, and he was like, "These shoes are made out of her." And that's when
Jeez.
Macaulay Culkin went like, "The fucking Illuminati, yeah, they're drinking the kid's blood. They're fucking turning the frogs gay." You know, like
shoes are made out of her.
I know, like which is
shoes are-
mental. I'm like, he got them fucking little bitch leather shoes. Like I was like,
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
that's why they were Judy Garland kicks. You know, they were just made out of fucking cocaine and figs.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Pure coffee breath shoes, you know.
Wow.
There was a girl. Probably.
There was a girl?
There was a girl. And she was like, she's a big. I hope it's not this girl, like, but she was like fucking 5 or 6 when she was the voice of
Yeah,
Ducky.
you fucker. Don't do
yes.
that.
Fuck me,
It
Yeah,
wasn't her, was
I
it?
think it might, like, I could be completely wrong here, but like, I think it might be that. Imagine I've
Land
just
Before
made this
Time?
all
The
up.
Land Before
Land
Time.
Before Time.
Yeah, I think so.
But
Yeah.
that wasn't off. That was her father. That
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
was-
he
I
was
think
like
she was
jealous of her.
like,
And he's like-
He sold the shoes. He sold the skin for shoes.
And then Macaulay Culkin's currently wearing them at his wedding with
Yeah.
fucking, what's her name from Sweet Life on Deck or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, mental.
the shoes before time.
Anyway, welcome back to
Enjoy.
4 Brors podcast.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll keep it right here.
Keep it right here. I know, but if you were to be a child actor or a child, like, you know, child celebrity, what
Who
would
would I
you
like to be by?
All of them. Who was your favorite?
Carly Sheen be up there, like,
Who was gentle?
What would be the thing you wanted to be? You know, like, was it an actor or
when I was child, yeah,
Actor,
definitely.
yeah. like-
or like fucking crisscross or something? You know, like
No,
like
no.
or
Crisscross Mickey.
yeah, make your dicks off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what I'd want to be. Like, do you want to be like a voice actor and then you grow up and like know you can actually walk about in the streets? Then you know,
Yeah.
as if you're just like dandering around the
I
fucking
wouldn't want to be an
neighborhood.
actor now, but there was definitely a time I would have wanted to be an actor.
That's all I wanted to be when I was a kid, like-
yeah,
like,
I still
definitely,
want to be one, but I'm just
That's
not
why I
good
love
looking enough.
movies,
Yeah.
you know?
You be a character actor, mate.
Character.
Here, look at fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was the best character actor about. Like,
Exactly.
Exactly,
Fucking
yeah.
now, though.
And
Yeah, I'd
He's
need
really
to be,
he's growing
Shout
into his
out
character now. Like,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
shout out my boy.
Method acting.
like, he
What's
never,
the meth
he
and
never,
method acting?
like, he never had a main role. It was always side characters, and yet
Yeah.
he made such a fucking impact
was
Oh yeah,
in his career.
The only thing that I remember, like as a child, watching, like not as a child, but like maybe like a young teen,
Yeah.
watching like Mission Impossible 3, and he was so fucking scary. And
I was awesome.
Yeah, it was like they put that wee device in your brain that made you just fucking have an aneurysm on the spot.
No, he was class.
Yeah,
He
which
a
was
really
like,
good actor.
and he was just like, you know, obviously off his tits in every fucking scene, but he was like, every time he spoke, it sounded like Corey Feldman singing. He was like, oh, I just want you to know something. You know, it was fucking scary.
yeah,
as
it's
hell.
like when he smiles, it's like it's very like.
What's that movie? He's in is it there's an Adam Sandler one or something where he's playing basketball in the scenes in it and he keeps
Oh,
missing
right.
every shot.
What is that?
Is that anger management movie?
Is
No,
it?
It's not. It's not anger
I
management.
can't remember what movie.
what
It,
you're talking
it
about.
probably isn't even a fucking Adam Sandler movie, but
I know what
just
you're
remember that
talking
one
about.
scene of him and he just keeps going. He's like 3 points and he
Is it
just
not
misses
like
every time.
Along Came Polly or something?
Yeah, I think it is
Ben
actually.
Stiller, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Ben
it's
Stiller,
Ben
Along
Stiller.
Came
Yeah,
Polly, isn't it?
100%.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you're correct.
And
Yeah.
are they playing like squash and all? Is it
Yeah.
that one?
He was great in that. That's what main character
Dabs his
acting.
pizza and all.
But I feel like I'd have to be like Gary Oldman and just wear like prosthetics and everything because I already have like a fucking broken nose. Here, Owen Wilson made a career off a broken nose, so like fucking.
Daring,
Wow.
and looking. Wow.
Wow.
God is real.
He made a career off one character.
Yeah, literally himself,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah,
Same with
really
Ryan
cool,
Reynolds, you know.
Yeah.
But again, Ryan Reynolds, like, you know, just went off by the fact that once he hit like puberty, he was like good looking, you know. So, but like I hit puberty and it was just like, you know, everyone's nightmare, you know. Women cover their drinks now.
For fuck's sake.
I'd have loved to have been an actor. I would. Well, here's a quiz.
Never
I'm fucking
too late.
interviewing you.
Do it.
This is how you know I haven't spoke to anyone in weeks. If you were to replace yourselves in like a movie or TV show, what would it be? You know, if you were
What do
like
you
to
mean?
replace an actor,
Oh, if I was
With
to
yourself,
right now, be like, I could replace that person
yeah,
in a TV
or if
show.
you just wanted to, or like
A hard one? Like, I don't know.
Probably some fucking.
Well,
Justin
I would-
Long and
see, I would
Tusk.
say something immediately
Jesus
comes to
Christ.
mind, like fucking
me.
the Batman, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you couldn't do that because you'd ruin it.
I'd be
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Brendan Fraser in the wheel. I could do that
He's
easily.
whacking in the chicken.
Just follow me about for a day.
Just a movie you don't want to watch, you know. So
Yeah.
put
That
yourself
made
in it.
lots of money. What made
movie-
lots of money?
What made lots of money? I'd
What
say
made
like
the
fucking
most
Wolverine
money?
and Deadpool or something. then.
Wicked's
Avatar.
gonna.
Wicked.
put yourself-
Yeah,
You'd probably
that's
make
it.
that one better, to be fair. It's just, you know,
yeah.
you'd probably just make less gay people go to watch it. That's just what the issue would be then. You
I'm
know?
gonna be honest. It doesn't matter how good that movie is. I'm not
Everybody's
watch it.
saying it's 5 stars. No,
That's fucking. It doesn't make any sense.
I have to watch it.
I
I need to
can't-
know. I need to know.
I couldn't bring myself to go to the cinema for something like
And
that.
if
Like,
it makes me cry,
oh yeah,
If it makes
I
you
might have
cry,
to
you
kill
deserve
myself.
a bullet. You deserve a bullet.
I
you know what I mean? Like,
Do you keep seeing those?
like I'm one
There's
of
like animated sketches going about at the minute of like
Yeah.
it's like almost like a Comedy Central style thing on TikTok, and it's your man fucking who's that like interview guy? He's like Jimmy Fallon, but he's got glasses, black hair. Can't remember his fucking name, but he.
I know you're talking about.
But but he. And it keeps taking the piss out of him, and it keps saying like every time he's talking to an actor or an actress in the wee cartoon, he keeps saying to him, "I'm a coward and I sold out years ago." But then he but it was one of the Wicked, you know, like Ariana Grande and whatever the fuck. Bless you. Bro, you're falling apart today.
Snoozed on me.
You know, it's going to be 3 Brors left.
I'm praying for it.
You're like, if I have to plug in one more microphone.
Early Christmas present.
You know. What's the crack with you boys anyway?
Oh, fuck.
Jay-Z. Oh, here, fuck
might as well get into it.
We have a few hours on this.
No, let me get my tea. What the fuck, like?
Oh, here, I thought, same thing, we were talking about this before. Seen it coming, but also like when you do hear it, you're still surprised. You know?
Yeah. Like I thought.
What came? Jay-Z. Mostly Jay-Z, yeah.
You know Jay-Z from BioShock 2? I know. So, Jesus Christ.
Why you flag yourself? You fucking let me fucking say it.
I'm going to emphasize your part and zoom in.
Fuck it.
So what actually did he do? Fall in the traps here. Fall in the traps.
What did he do? Did he do it?
Did he anyway? Did he was present?
He was at a
when he
dating
did
party.
What was like? Did he like a cuck in the situation, or like, you know? Probably. I feel like
well, apparently he molested a 13-year-old girl.
That is like.
Did he do it? Don't know. Shut up.
Yeah, don't know. Allegedly.
I don't know.
Wasn't there?
You know, I don't know.
Only seen the footage.
I was gonna add in. I made a video of it, obviously, and I was going to add into it. Kanye West had this to say about it. He said he wasn't there because, and then it was going to cut to that. It was going to cut to that clip of him where he's like, "Cause was in Paris," and then I was like, I can't. I'm white. Like I can't even put someone else saying it in the video, you know. But yeah,
I
know it's like, you know, like Cam Patterson and Kill Tony every time he like fills it in for him. But I don't know. It's literally like the most there's no good outcome, because if it's true, it's the most vile thing you've ever fucking heard in your entire life.
Yeah.
And if it's not true, then that wee girl is fucking putting some amount of like backlash onto like feminism, you know.
Yeah.
Like that whole believe all women thing, you know. So
yeah.
There's like no like good way out of it, you know.
And you're immediately the worst person in the world if you don't just immediately believe the woman now. Like,
exactly.
You know, you have to go right. I believe you.
But then you know,
he hasn't been good since the Blueprint, so fuck him, you know.
I know, like he dropped off, like
he dropped way off.
Like, the sun in the morning.
You know, what he made that fucking song like with Justin Timberlake. What was that one? I can't remember. It was shite anyway.
That bad.
And I love
Justin Timberlake. He does a lot of cocaine these days.
I love him. But I'm going to see him next year.
Like he's just fucking.
Yeah, every video of me looks like Aunt McParland at the royal family thing. You know, he's just sniff me a river. You know. But I love. See, the whole thing with Justin Timberlake. Do you remember the whole thing that made everyone hate him because of Britney Spears when he brought out Cry Me a River? Yeah. I was like, see, whenever like all these videos of Britney Spears dancing with knives, looking like she's on fucking I'm a Celebrity or something, you know. Like I always think, like, what if she actually doesn't realize there's a camera there and it's like a Truman Show situation?
It could be.
Well, like she's just like dancing in her knickers with knives, like fucking.
She's 5 now.
It's Justin Timberlake behind it, going right, camera 3. Show how mental she fucking is. You know?
Just in front of a mirror, like.
She's 5 years old now.
Is she?
Oh, was she a leap year baby?
She just had her 5th birthday there. She released a video. Right. On her birthday, being like, I'm actually 5 years old.
Fuck
talking
me.
in a wee kid's voice and all.
Britney Spears?
Aye.
Fuck off.
I was fuming about
Does
that.
that, does that shock you?
Well, I mean, kind of.
Does that mean I'm a pedo for wanking over them videos? Dino. Oh, that's vile, man. Why would you like? Celebrities are mental. What's happening to them? You know,
I think we all know.
putting something in the food or
They're
something.
pretty
you know?
much MK Ultra, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, literally 100%. Yeah, it's fucking. They're all going to get sucked up into the sky or something soon. Like they're just. I don't know. Every time I watch anything about a celebrity, I just can't bring myself to be like, oh, I enjoy this anymore. You know.
yeah, it's fly. They've ruined a lot of things for me. Like,
Oh, 100%. Like.
bastard, Kevin Spacey, fucking
Yeah.
dick.
He's another one that was fucking. There was like his excuse was it was a child at a party, and you're
Yeah.
going,
He's like, what else you gonna do?
Come on. Like,
what else are you gonna
he
do?
slid.
Let them run wild at parties.
He
Like,
slid on his knees over to my cock.
Oh, like he was celebrating a goal.
He was under the table and my dick fell out.
You know, it's like fucking. Who are you, Rasputin? You know,
He's
like
not innocent now though.
I don't know. Either way, he's a good actor. You know, he was in one of the Call of Duties.
Have you seen his brother? Have you seen his
The
brother?
Usual Suspects.
No, I don't think
He
so.
looks like Rod Stewart. He's like a Rod Stewart impersonator, and he just
So Mike
dresses like
Raleigh?
Rod Stewart all day long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's like,
And they don't talk to each other, and their dad was a neo-Nazi that used to molest them both.
it's wild that what Kevin Spacey might not be the worst thing about this
I was
family.
going to say, now it all makes sense. What, you know, if you would be a Rod Stewart impersonator if you're not listening.
It's like my dad shaved his head and hates black people. It's like that's it. Fucking
Kevin's actually the good
every
son.
day.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
His dad still rings up Kevin like your brother fucking seen him again did a Rod Stewart thing. Like,
What are we going to do about this fella?
He's a disgrace to the family name.
No.
Dad, I like Rod Stewart. Oh!
Dad, I've something to tell you. He's like, I fucking knew it. I knew whenever you came out in that granny's wig.
Dad, I should also say something. I'm into wee kids. Just wait your turn, Kevin. Come here.
Stop trying to make the situation better, would you?
Stop trying to cheer me up, Kevin.
Like
I know.
Did you watch him on
like
Kevin Spacey on Piers Morgan not too long ago?
Oh,
No,
I've
actually,
seen it, but I didn't
He
watch
says
it.
he's homeless now and all. He broke down crying and all. He has like no money left. He's just like living in his mate's
No,
house.
House of Cards money
Sleeping on
anymore.
the sofa. Nah, he's
I'm
not-
down to my last 5 minutes.
Oh fuck. Well,
No, like actually, apparently nothing left because of the.
Legal.
So that was like
Because
what? How long? Like a good 7-8 years of court. You know,
Yeah.
probably all your money gone. Like.
Lawyers are walking about going with Kevin Spacey money on them.
Yeah.
You know?
on top
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the prostitutes, the young prostitutes that he's buying still.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
all alleged.
The young prostitutes.
Allegedly. How young?
13.
Where's he going? Fucking Thailand? Like, Jesus Christ.
Some young man.
Some young, cream of some young guy.
The cream of some young guy.
13,000.
Wayne's Word reference, love it. I'll have the cream of some young guy.
How young?
I know, it's fucked up. I like this is very celebrity pedo heavy, isn't it? It's,
That's this whole podcast.
It's Christmas episode.
It's
Come on, it's Christmas.
It's slowly being
Speaking of Home
revealed over the past fucking what? Like when did it all start? Like when did it all really?
I know that's
Turn
right.
up to everybody. Like, hello, we're all pedophiles.
Are you asking out of curiosity or like?
Well, I'm trying to like
academic
pinpoint it
purposes.
a bit.
Well, you know where it
Okay.
started? Harvey Weinstein.
No,
And then
no.
from there,
No,
just.
I
No, like, is he saying where, like, when did the first dick go into the first asshole?
No, I'm kind of thinking when did
Oh.
it start to be revealed? Like you know,
Yeah, Harvey
The
people
Me
st-
Too movement with
Harvey
Harvey
Weinstein
Weinstein,
and
yeah.
Me Too.
Oh right, when did it like
Yeah,
come out in the
that's
open?
That's when it all hit the fan. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the tee off for it definitely because
Yeah.
after that, like you don't really hear of anything from like the 80s or 90s happening because it was all.
Statute of limitations.
And
Oh yeah, well that's get away
and
with
it
all
is
then.
good that it's coming out, but it's also there is
Stop ruining
definitely
it for the rest of us.
Let's hear it. Come on.
I know, like you can't do it anymore, folks. No, but like it's just it's gave. I suppose it's hard to say this, but it's gonna
Stop
get
yourself
deadly.
now.
Yeah.
Just
We're giving you an
But
out.
stop.
give you a chance twice. to stop.
No, like it is like giving rise to like false accusations.
Oh
It
yeah,
is,
that's
like,
the worst. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I meant about the Jay-Z thing. It's like because if it turns out that he was innocent,
Yeah.
then that's a big step backwards for whatever movement that did
Yeah.
happen. Which is
And then,
kind of
like,
shit.
and a
Instead
step
of it-
backwards for him because I mean having that, even though I mean,
He'll
I think he'd be
alright.
fine. He'd be
He's
fine,
fucking
aye.
billionaire.
But
He's
I know-
got
I know, like, but
Beyonce
still-
ass on his face and like
I know, like,
billions.
but still, like if anyone's accusing you of like
It's a hard knock life
it's a
for
bad
me.
fucking
No, for me it ain't.
accusation, like. You know what I mean? It'll stain your fucking life a bit, I would say.
How many of them is there? Black billionaires? 3?
No, there's like him, Dr. Dre, P Diddy, and like
Is P Diddy a billionaire then? Yeah?
Is Dr.
I
Dre
think so,
Beats?
yeah.
Is he
Like after
Beats?
Ciroc and all, yeah.
So
But,
Dre, Diddy, Jay-Z,
And like there's probably like some,
Beyonce, no?
probably
like
some
princes and all
African
don't count.
king.
They don't
somewhere,
count.
yeah.
Like they don't count. They don't
Like is there
count.
like celebrity status
Yeah,
ones? You know,
yeah, yeah.
Is
they don't
Beyonce not one yet? No. By product? I think by proxy.
count. By proxy?
I think
No.
Kylie Jenner wants to be a black billionaire, but yeah, but the whole thing with Beyonce is what just get that one, Jake. But
That took me a sec because all the black dicks, Garth. A lot of black dicks.
Love Black Dicks.
took a billion black dicks. But she see him. But she Beyonce is another one where there's a lot of conspiracy behind her as well, where she's
Of
like,
course.
you know, she's like literally bullying people out of Grammys and stuff.
Look,
which
you
is,
only get to a certain level of fame before other people start like going, right, now you're this famous, you're not actually by yourself anymore, we're going to fucking insert, you have to be this, or none.
yeah.
Satan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know really, but I mean,
I fucking wished I believed in all that shit. I'd sell my soul in about 3 seconds. Sorry if anyone's religious here, man. It's just, like, see, just to get out of the hood, man. like,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't even give a fuck what for.
Same.
Like,
Struggle's real.
I don't
like,
know.
like I would just be like, you know,
Would you
here-
though?
every morning I'm like,
probably.
Yeah.
What, sell your
like,
soul to
it
the
depends. What, like if he's like, right, whenever you die, that's like you're coming to hell or whatever it is that they
Yeah.
want. Whenever they sell their soul, I'd be like, listen,
Yeah.
could it be any worse than Craig Oven? You know, like.
Probably not.
Like he just like my version of hell is just they start my life from the beginning again. You know, like I'd just be like, all right, sweet, let's do
You
this.
wake up back in your bed at like 14.
Acne on my face and fucking, you know, a raging hard on that I can't get rid of before school. You know, like
Right,
it's my life now.
The deal is
wanking
then,
to Britney Spears.
the deal is though, right? So you can have you can be famous and have however much money you can make, right? Yourself, obviously, with the help of whoever, right? But I think all you have to do is do what you're told. That's
Aye.
it.
Oh,
So you're
when
not
you get to a
really
certain
selling
level,
yourself.
yeah.
You just
Oh, yeah, so
say
that's-
what they tell you to say.
So
Don't
it's
say
like
what they
push
don't tell
their
you to say.
narrative.
Yeah, Beyonce is
and
like
that's it, really.
Yeah, she's probably like, I don't really give a fuck about a Grammy. I'm literally a black billionaire.
Yeah.
And like they're like, yeah, but we need you to literally bully people out of the Grammys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. pretend
Actually,
you
they all
do.
get paid for. Actually, no. So, not talk about that. Move on.
well, yeah, I think-
Allegedly.
no. Actually,
You just say allegedly and then say whatever you want.
All right, okay. Allegedly, they all get paid to promote Kamala Harris running. Like,
Oh, yeah,
and they
well, that's-
released the prices and all. Like it was 108 million and all. And,
completely agree with
which
that.
is
Yeah.
insane. Like to do. Like,
I know.
is that not illegal?
Exactly. It's like, you know, but on the
not?
other hand,
I
it's
don't
like,
know.
you know, Donald Trump's like, anyway, here's Tony Hinchcliffe, you know.
Nobody knows him.
Here's Tony
Allegedly.
Hinchcliffe going to say the word from all of us. Maybe blur that, sorry.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, allegedly he hates South Americans. But no, I love that whole thing.
No,
Did you
class.
Did you see that whole thing with
Yeah,
Tony
of
Hinchcliffe?
course, of course, yeah.
I thought that was great about the whole like you know, it was basically to do with all like the fact that like where was it, Puerto Rico or something?
Puerto Rico, yeah.
They're
Yes.
like ban all like the rubbish from like every other country and just fill in their own country with landfills.
Yeah.
And he said that, and they basically everyone was like, "You're calling
You call
brown
Puerto
people, you know,
Rican
like
garbage."
Yeah, like and everyone he was just like, "Shut the fuck up."
And then do you see his response? It was like,
Oh, when he came out on the first, like,
fuck off, take a joke.
yeah, he was
it.
just basically like, yeah, and then he came out on Kill Tony, and he was like screaming at them. He was like, "I don't give a fuck what you think." And I was like, "My dick is solid right now."
That's
Like,
great.
you know,
That's the way to do it. Like, because he was
He doesn't care.
one of the ones that
you shouldn't.
made a joke ages ago, and then he
did
was
get cancelled,
and he
but it wasn't
about
ages
China?
ago. No, it was during
China.
it was during Kill Tony. So it was when they first moved to Austin, and they were
it was
in.
a couple of years ago, maybe. Or,
Yeah, what was the first place that they were in that kicked them out?
Oh, it was I can't remember, but the big metal wall
Yeah.
behind it. Matt Rife shot a special there.
It kicked them out anyway.
Right.
So he had an opener who was Chinese, who opened for him all the time.
Hans Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Hans.
Not
not Hans Kim. No.
He's Korean.
This is before Hans Kim.
Asian.
This is why
Vaguely
Hans
Asian.
Kim got his regular spot.
Oh, right,
Because Hans
okay.
Kim come out like a week after this happened, and
Yeah.
Tony was like regular
Yeah.
because as a joke.
yeah.
But no, it was a different guy, and he used to open for Tony all the time for
Right,
shows, not
yeah.
for Kill Tony. And I'm gonna have to flag this to cut it out. He was like, and now I want to bring on one of my good friends, the And everybody laughed. And the guy came out and done his set and all. But then the next day, the actual comedian who was Tony's friend was the one that started all the hate and got him cancelled.
Oh, that's mental.
And they had to start. It was the only time they never shot Kill Tony for a week. And they got kicked out of that bar because they had nowhere to film it.
Oh, that's mental.
And then he was rang up by like all the guys of the time that were big.
Like Shane and all.
Yeah, I think. Can't remember
like,
exactly.
Don't say sorry.
Don't apologize because you're apologizing to the people that would never buy tickets anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you do apologize, the people that would buy your tickets are just going to feel less. You know, they're really like, oh, fuck's sake. Why did you do that?
I got in a bit of ball whenever I first started comedy about 2 or 3 years ago, and I did a joke where basically I did this shitty joke about lesbians.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it was, but it was terrible. It was not well written. It was just
Old
awful.
lesbians, dull scissors.
Yeah, it was like something like, oh, fucking lesbians love moving in together quick, don't they? What I like, fucking. And I thought it was funny because I had a lesbian auntie, and I was just going off like, you know, it's like I had a lesbian auntie, like she's straight now.
I can say this.
You scare her straight.
Yeah, so it was basically, you know, I have black friends, so I can say it. So that's what it felt like. But it was like I said that, and then this girl came up to me like afterwards, started rapping on my window on the car, and was like, I didn't
Rapping
appreciate
on your window. Like
Yeah,
Yo, motherfucker,
like
you said
her
shit about
girlfriend was
lesbians.
beatboxing beside her.
Flag that.
But she started rapping on the window, and then I decided to do another joke about this girl coming up and rapping on the window, and then I got in trouble for that. And
that's
then
brilliant.
so basically the joke was like, this girl came up to me and she was like, you know, I don't really appreciate those jokes. Like she literally rapped in the window, and I like wind it down like a fucking like an American when the cops come, you know. And I was like, oh, sorry, can I help you? And she was like, I didn't really appreciate those jokes you made about lesbians. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What do you know about oppression? You're a straight white male. And my joke was, well, I'm the fucking main cause of it, so I think I'm allowed to, you know.
Pretty well versed on it.
Yeah, and she was like, and she was fucking fuming. But the way I wrote the joke was like, you know, she come up to me and she was like, sorry, I don't really, you're a straight white, sorry, you're a straight white male. And it was like, you know, and that got me in trouble. And there was like 3 weeks where I wouldn't get a message back from a comedian or anything. And like, I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, it's all right, you know, like, but
Really?
like that was probably, and then there was like, I got like messages from people being like, you need to stop doing this joke. And I was like, that's fucking watered down, man. That's like,
Suck my dick, motherfucker.
that was like compared to some of the stuff I say now, it's like, you know, like
jokes are jokes. Like, fuck me. Like. And I mean, I know we've talked about this before,
There is
like, but there
obviously-
can be a time and a place for a joke, and there can be like, if it's badly written, sometimes saying, you know, just outlandish
the
shit.
difference
Just a wee
between
bit
offensive is if it's good or bad.
if it's funny.
Yeah, that's
and I
literally-
know funny's subjective, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
If you're just like, you can
If
tell
anybody's
when
laughing.
somebody's just saying something for that reaction, and then the rest of the joke's built around that one offensive thing they're going to say.
Yeah.
But when the offensive thing is part of the story, it's all
Funny,
coherent. It's fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
like if you've watched,
So you can
if you've
literally-
watched any amount of Kill Tony, you'll know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
some of them people, like in every single episode, there's someone who comes up and just says outlandish shit, and then it's like,
Exactly. Like that's literally watched one. It might have just been the clip I seen from it, but I watched the episode a while ago where the guy comes on stage and he was like, "I've been molested 5 times. What do I get?" You know?
But do you know who that is?
Who?
That's Jason Ellis.
Yes.
He's a pro skater.
Yeah. Fuck. I forgot.
I've heard
is,
of him.
is that Jason Ellis?
Yeah.
Did he used to be skinnier, or am I tripping?
Yeah, he's
Fucking
all
hell.
buff now. He does MMA, and he's gay.
Well, fair enough. You know, but
He used to be like a real pretty boy skater back in the day. He used to
holy
skate
shit.
for America, was it?
Jason Ellis sounds
Who was
familiar.
he thinged by?
Does
Or was
sound
it girl?
familiar.
I think it might have been girl. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it was like
Wasn't it?
him and like Eric Costin or something were like together.
Girl.
Yeah.
Now it's boy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's who that is, bro.
That's mental. I never
He's a
put that
stand-up
together.
comedian now.
Yeah, but that's fucking mental. But when he walks out,
Goes
he's
to
like,
Christmas weed.
I know, yeah. "Smoke me."
It is a ghost because there's nothing in it.
I know. Here's a sponsor. We've already took it.
Yeah, definitely. There ain't nothing in them anymore. Just for show, baby.
I know. We did a roast bottle.
Bananas.
and like he sponsored it as well. And it was like in the middle of the roast bottle, the other guy that was sitting with me doing it turned around to the crowd and goes, everyone check under your seats. There might be a wee surprise. And I was like, oh my God, people are dealing at this.
Maybe joint stuck on
It's like, isn't that fucking like Oprah if she was a stoner? You know?
That's class.
You get a bong. You get a bong. And people were like looking under their
Brand new
seats.
30 bag, baby.
And I was like, gee, I was like, oh my God. I was like, just to be clear, I do not condone all this. You know, like just handing out free shit.
joint licked and stuck under. Like,
Funny would it be if it was like heroin? It was like a dirty spoon, a lighter.
the needle and all.
Yeah, but I know we're actually doing another roast battle here. I was meant to say to you guys, I know probably be better talking about it off screen, but I was going to say I do the roast battle now, like Kill Tony style,
Yeah.
where there's a panel on it,
Class.
and the roast battle happens, and then we chat to them and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it would be hilarious if we did it where it was like us 5 on the panel.
Fucking right.
You know,
Let's do
so
it.
like the panel was just like me and the 4 bros, then, you know, so,
Yeah,
and then
fucking
have
right.
like, you know, the acts come on, and you could just chat away to them and, you know,
Fuck
judge them or whatever you want to say to them, you know.
Yeah.
If you're happy with
If
being
you
on
want to do it
stage.
that way and give them scores and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be wild.
Like so you got drugs.
Yeah, that's what I
I was like, I think they've already got it. It's under their seat.
see what I got left there. Maybe 10 bag of cocaine.
But I thought that would be a good
Instead
idea.
of throwing them a joke book, a stick of
Yeah, we key for you, mate.
we bag of fucking stuff. You get a big bag, baby.
Yeah, so I thought that would be a cool
That'd be
idea.
fucking class.
I was thinking
Yeah,
about that a few
yeah,
weeks
that'd
ago,
be
but I was going to
Fucking
messages
right.
whenever I was saying about coming down today. But yeah, I think that would be a great idea because it would just be funny just that, you know, people are coming on to try and roast each other and they're
Yeah.
like, there's 4 men in masks staring at
Yeah,
me right now.
roast me, motherfucker.
No, I think we need to get out and do more stuff like that. And, you know, we are talking about doing live shows in the new year. Like,
Yeah,
so
the last one I did on YouTube, it got like, you know, like nearly 2,000
with John
views or
Sue
something.
and Adam Burns on it. And who else?
Yeah.
It was T Mike and Soupy popped on it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he died in his hole, like no joke. Like he tried to make a joke after someone else had already said it, but he
Right.
was like, I had this prepped all night.
He's like, I'm still saying it. I don't give a fuck.
What was the one? He I think he uploaded it. It just fell so flat. It might have been it from that. I can't
Maybe,
remember
I'm
what
not
he said.
sure.
It was
Possibly.
funny.
I don't think there was any clips uploaded from that.
But that's funny. Like Dan, your hole's funny. Like, you know.
Oh, it's hilarious. I always say you can't, like, you know, you can't blow up without bombing. So,
Yeah.
which is so corny, but
Yeah, like
get that tattooed.
Get that,
Like, some Middle Eastern guy is like a big fan of my comedy. He's like, can't blow up without bombing. You know? It's Talal Jamar's fucking. I love you, Talal. You know, but there was a clip Talal put up yesterday where he was in Lavery's and he was
seen that. Yeah.
for someone's timer on their phone started going off, and he was like, "For fuck's sake!" I was like, "That's unbelievable.
Oh,
It's rigged." You know,
Nah, he was hilarious.
there's a plant. You
Yeah,
know?
it's great that he worked off that. Like,
I know. But use it like will any of the rest of you start doing comedy now? Or?
we were talked about it a few
Maybe,
times.
like,
Like,
maybe
Jake
one day,
loves
yeah.
comedy. Like,
I know because we
and-
talked about it before. You're a big comedy fan.
Yeah, and I think mainly we'll just get this out there. We'll,
Yeah.
you know, we'll get this. Do you see doing
We'll
this
start
live?
doing live shows and
Yeah, and I don't
do
think it'll
whatever.
just be a live podcast. It'll be a show.
I think a live podcast, yeah, like that sort of like style is a class idea for you.
Yeah.
Because you know that you ever see like the Hot Water Green Room
Yes.
or a podcast with like Jamie Hutchison and Tony fucking
Yeah.
fat guy, whatever. his name is.
Tony Carroll.
Yeah, Tony Carroll. Tony Soprano. And, every Tony ever is fat.
Yeah, definitely. Show me one. Show me one. It's not.
Gabagool.
Tony
It's a
Hinchcliffe.
fucking gabagool, lad.
Shut up. He's gay. Gay or fat. One or the other. Gay Tony or fat Tony. That's all you get.
Tony Tight Lips. Tony Tight Arse.
Tony Taylor's
Name of the episode.
Tony tight arse.
Tony Taylor's
Tony the Tiger is all 3. But
fat Italian and gay.
Dick's great.
yeah, but they do. They're sorry.
I'm being.
Flag buttons. Nope. This whole podcast is just going to be like cuts. Jazzy. Anyway,
Like Wayne's World ordering in the fucking thing. Can I get a back?
but I think that would be a great idea because they do like a live podcast every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
And I think you could like maybe like book the Sunflower or something and just
Fucking
do one
right.
as like a regular
No,
thing. You
no,
know?
no.
Look, I can't wait to start doing that because it doesn't
Bring out
even
guests
have.
and special.
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't even have to be like
100%, man.
the Bomb Squad pub will go on a tour or something. It can be literally literally just once a month there is a live show.
Yeah,
you know, and it
it's
doesn't have to be
like
a
it's
thing.
literally like, you know, like 1 out of the 4 episodes is just like
Yeah,
there's
like
a
a live
show,
show.
Yeah.
which is a great idea. You know,
But
And then
that's
we
what
can
the hot
have
water
people
guys
come up
do,
and do
isn't it?
stand up
Yeah.
and all before it or in between it and all sorts of
right.
shit.
exactly, and then you can do a bit of like crowd work or whatever then,
Yeah.
and it also
Yeah.
like, you know, if you are looking to do comedy at any point, I know you are yourself, but it's like it'll give you a lot more like, you know, confidence for
Experience,
stage and
yeah.
stuff.
That's
whenever
one
you're
of the
like,
reasons I'm doing it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Whenever you're
I'm
like
alright with
planted,
stage, being on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
I'm alright.
In
I'm
my
alright
head,
with
I know.
being on a stage, but I'm sometimes
We'll see.
pretty tight-lipped, even on this.
Tony Taylor,
But you know, I would find it hard to open my mouth on stage. I would say, like, you
Oh,
know.
we'll find a way to open your mouth back. We'll
I
get
don't
Fat
know,
Tony
like,
on.
you know, it's,
We'll see you open your mouth anyway.
Oh, we missed fucking what's his name? Big John. He was in Belfast.
Yeah, I seen that.
Bosh.
Oh
He
yeah,
never announced it, though.
Him and Paddy McDonald became best mates. Of course,
Yeah.
why is Paddy McDonald like our designated spokesperson for Northern Ireland?
Seen him like turn him around.
That he meets him at the airport and just tells him what the crack is.
With a sign, you know, like the limo drivers,
Big
Mr.
John.
Bosch. You know, but like that, it's so funny just to be like, you know, coming to a country and your first like experience with a Northern Irish person is literally Paddy McDonald.
I mean, the most Northern Irish,
You may
most
as well,
Belfast
like,
guy.
you get the full.
It's like
the full
anything
experience,
after that's watered down. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like
I can actually understand everybody else now.
I know. Feels like you're going up levels with people, you know, not knowing that you're talking to the Northern Irish person. You know,
He is the Northern Irish
I know.
man. Like,
it's crazy. Like, who would you want to introduce to the country? You know, you always have that like thought. What would you say to aliens that came here, or what would you say if like what would you say if you went back in time? Who would you go back in time to? I'd always want to go back in time to like Dr. Dre and show him like Lil Pump, you know, but like, you know, the way you brought all like these rappers into the world and all, NWA, Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and all. Here, what about this fella here, Smoke Perp? You know, like
Smoke burp.
how do you feel about
sound you be
Yeet? You know, like
Little boats.
you know, well, who would just go back in time to say? I know I asked 4 questions in one there, but
No, I got you.
One for each
Right,
of you.
so fucking.
John Lennon.
John Lennon.
Does it have to be a person?
It could
Or
be
can
any-
it be an event?
It could be anything you want. If you were to go back in time, what would you do?
Pyramids.
Pyramids.
Need to know, like.
You need to know.
Need to know how the fuck.
Yeah,
they done it.
pyramids would be a good one, like.
Please.
And then you just come back to your everyday life and go,
Yeah, it's be like,
no.
no,
just
fine,
come back and go, oh, they
Sweet.
moved them. They just pushed them into place.
No, they didn't. It's impossible. It's literally
You're like,
impossible.
oh, they really did put them slaves to work.
And they put me to work too, God damn it.
Maybe the Jews do deserve to rule the world at this point.
Another misconception. They weren't slaves. They were like well looked after, well paid, well fed better than
really?
like
Yeah.
commoners and all. It was like a.
More like dogs.
It was like a fucking. It was like
Well
a
fed.
fucking. What do you call it? A privilege to be a builder for. Any of
really?
the structures in
Alleged-
Egypt, yeah.
Because
Allegedly.
they were all
They
like
weren't
mentally ill
slaves. They
back
all
then.
show them like
Yeah.
Burr Arston and loincloths in the pictures. It's like, it's
They
not
were,
true,
they
like.
were all drinking like lead and stuff back then, so they were like, you know, oh, we love these pharaohs are our gods, you know, so which is mental, you know. Imagine we went from Jay-Z hanging out the back of Wayne's to fucking the pyramids.
The Anunnaki.
Were they slaves?
What were their shoes made of? That's what I want to know. Kid.
Makes you think about the Africans. Jesus Christ. Maybe
The Egyptians were Africans, like.
Oh yeah, true. Actually,
Technically.
yeah. I know.
No, they're
I got
Africans.
the pyramids is a good one. I think. Yeah,
I really want to know, like.
I
what
just
the
want to go
fuck?
back to any music artist and show them what music is like now. You know,
That'd be sweet, like.
like I just want to go back to like
Or
fucking,
Bill Hicks, yeah, go back and show Bill Hicks the word
Jim
now.
Morrison
It's
predicted
like,
the music now.
show like fucking Bill Hicks, like Matt Rife. You know, be like, this is how gorgeous they get. You know?
And Taylor Swift, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. Like
serious.
show like who's the guys that invented the airplane or allegedly
brothers?
The Wright
yeah,
brothers.
the Wright brothers. Go back and show them like fucking Taylor Swift's flight pattern. Wow, you did this.
Well done.
He's ruined
Why
the
is she
world.
such a good person but such a cunt at the same time?
I know. I feel like it's
Like Bono.
Strange.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I
Like
feel
she
like,
does all these nice things and just.
And she gives her whole crew like fucking 100,000 bonuses and all, and like you'd love to work for her. Like,
Sharon, Jesus, you
fucking
know,
know, you know.
just me getting fucking nosebleeds from the amount of flights. You know? I don't know, but like that's what I mean. She's like, oh, I'm such a good person. Look at all I do for my staff and all, but my tickets are 400 quid and I'm only performing to rich people. That's how I've been thinking about this. Like that fella Zach Bryan, the country singer's coming.
Yes,
137 quid for tickets. Who the fuck do you think you are? Corey Feldman.
Who is it? I would pay 137 Corey Feldman, like experience.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd pay fucking 137 quid just to sit and have dinner with him. You know, like, see what's on his mind. You know, but see where them leather shoes actually came from. You know.
Have you seen this coat?
Come over and stand by me.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I can't get that Kanye fucking clip out of my mind at the moment. Have you seen that? Where he's just walking through the airport and people are like asking about fashion and he's wearing like a big fur coat.
Oh yeah.
And he doesn't say anything. He's just like, have you seen his coat? And he just
like,
walks off.
Are you thinking about getting into fashion, Kanye? And he's like, me? Have you seen this coat?
What does he mean by that?
I don't know.
Does he mean, have you seen this? It's amazing. Or have you seen this fucking coat? Fashion me?
You don't know.
Look at the cut of me.
The way he says it, you don't know. Like,
There's other one as well where he's talking. He's like, look at Lady Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. Yeah. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? It's fucking class. You know.
Maybe he can't see the coat, or maybe thinks, can you see this coat? Have you seen this coat? Am I wearing this coat?
I've lost it.
Have you seen this coat? I don't know where it is.
It's so reversible that I don't know which one I'm wearing. Somehow I made a coat that's 9 times reversible. You know? There's fucking colours coming out of the pockets and shit. You know?
Now he just walks about in like the Under Armour of NFL players, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like
he's just wearing like fucking leggings. Yeah.
And football pads.
He wears like leggings and like fucking snow boots. You know,
I fucking love that man.
He must just do it for the crack, Blake.
I like him.
He's wearing like fucking like a tuna casserole as his top or something. You know, like the man's mental. There was a stage where Yeezy was like kind of like nice clothes. You know, when it was coming out with like that. Maybe when it was in fashion at the time, it was like, you know, the long t-shirts with like the rips in them or whatever. Yeah, like it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm not paying fucking. I'm not selling my firstborn child for it. But like, you know, I'm not giving out my back teeth for it. But it's like it was cool at the time, and then it like slowly like ventured into like homeless, and then like now it's just like beyond comprehension.
I have to say, there's two things I don't get: modern art and fashion.
Yeah, I don't get fashion.
I was into shoes for the longest time there.
I like a pair of shoes, you know, but not like not fashion shoes. I like nice shoes. I like just like, you know.
Oh, I had like an addiction to shoes for a while.
Yeah,
and I was banned. I was like, every time I'd get paid, it was before comedy. I think I got into comedy and like humbled myself because it was like, comedians don't care about your new Jordans, man. You know, like, I was like showing up being like, get us, look at these fucking new Nike Airs, and he was like, oh, the New Balance, I don't care. But I literally like I was getting a paycheck and I would spend like 900 quid on shoes like that. There was a point in my life where I had like something like 400 pairs of shoes. Jeez. Started selling them all, you know, because
Prada,
you're fucking the devil wears Jordans. I sold my soul for some. I sold the soul of my shoe. But I was like really addicted to shoes, and I was just like, I have to cop myself on here. Got a girlfriend and shit, and I was like, you know, maybe buying 300 quid for Pharrell Williams shoes isn't exactly the move. It's not exactly attractive.
Make shoes?
Yeah, Human Race. They're actually not too bad, but they're kind of sporty looking. You know, so.
But I have to say, if you're spending money on anything, clothing wise, shoes would be the way to go. Like,
I'll go Primark. All I wear nowadays is just like local merch. Like I just wear like Primark head to toe, and then like the only things I like spent money on is if like I'm like supporting local. You know, like
what did you say there, Jake? You're a Primark what? You like Primark?
Just I like Primark.
I think everybody for the last 69 episodes has been able to tell. Sorry. Continue.
No, man, I don't think he's dressed bad. Like, you know, he's all dressed nice. You know?
Fucking lacrosse coat. Mr. Santa Cruz.
That's not your coat.
Mr. fucking Santa Cruz.
I know what's the biggest cop out in fashion? Skater.
You're wearing 12-year-old boy clothes. Get the fuck out of here.
Right? Me and
fucking flames and shit on you.
What have I done to this podcast? Imagine I'm the end of Four Brothers. Episode 69, 3 of them killed each other, you know.
I forgot to say 69. Yeah.
Oh, is this episode 69?
Oh, is it actually 69?
That's class.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. I was your first guest, and now I'm episode 69. You have to get me back at like 420. You know, you know.
No, but yeah, I do only wear Primark clothes. Like, actually. Because fuck paying
Primark and hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Fuck paying more than a tenner for.
Oh yeah,
for
I completely
t-shirt,
agree.
like, you know?
That's what I mean. Like
20 quid tops for a t-shirt. Like,
but the only other thing I'll buy is like, you know, like local merch. If like, you know, someone's doing something, I love like the feeling of being like, I bought something from them, or that person goes, I sold something. You know,
Yeah.
There's no one
Funny
who
you
feels like
say that.
myself.
We actually have a couple of 4 Brors t-shirts now.
We actually do,
I was
but
like, bro, I am so broke right now. I had to borrow 20 quid for diesel to get here.
Yeah, I have no money.
That's why you're selling merch. Selling 4 Brors balaclavas.
we've got
We're
4.
selling the merch, but we don't have the merch yet, so we'll get it to you.
It's an IOU.
So if you want to buy some merch of us, you know, just
Pre-order it now. It hasn't even been designed yet.
Venmo us or fucking.
We're actually sponsored by Roy Boss Tea at the moment. We just haven't got the money yet.
Yeah. We're sponsored by everything you see here. Eventually,
Tencel.
maybe. Yeah, Tencel.
Shout out Tencel.
Big Tencel. Like,
Big Tencel by. They're the ones that own the planet. They're ran by Jews.
Why does everybody fuck with the Jews like throughout history?
I think they put themselves in the situation.
they're like,
I just am here.
Like, just get myself in some of these situations.
Oh, here I am. In
Not the victim.
oh no! Not another concentration camp.
Oh, chutzpah.
This guy is a real schmuck.
Schmuck is foreskin.
is it?
Is it?
Aye.
Is that why they think it's a bad thing? Here, by the way, any
it's a bit of
circumcised
they-
bros in here. I'm no, he's all.
circumcised?
Yeah, I'm fucking. I only found out like recently.
What,
like
did you circumcised?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Whenever I was pissing next to someone, and I was like, bro, this is way longer than mine.
Your smuck is on somebody's face right now.
Yeah.
I know some fucking celebrity elite at mine. I know. I was thinking about wearing it as like a turtleneck. But that was stupid. But no, I got circumcised quite late. I didn't get it like at birth. It was like a defect with a dick. Name of the episode.
That's a good name for the episode too, to be honest.
Most, if not everybody in this country, gets circumcised for the same reason.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Shane Todd was the same.
circumcised.
Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, you said that before. You just said yours is just.
It's just yeah,
back,
you would
anyway.
think I'm circumcised, but I'm not.
Massive cock. That's just
Yeah. You would think
Massive foreskin.
You would think I've no dick. Is it just foreskin?
Just foreskin.
it's just like a big clit.
Big
No
wobbly,
Undersized
wriggly
schmuck.
click.
Or
no
the undersized dick or oversized clit.
facts.
Whatever one you want.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you off, you know.
You know what I mean?
Going in your mouth either way. Close your eyes and pretend you don't know.
That's what I mean. How small does a dick have to get before
You're
mistake
flicking
it
your
for-
bean or
before-
wanking your.
Yeah.
No, I've seen
Have
it.
you ever, like, there's some women with like fucking
Massive clits,
enormous
yeah,
clits,
yeah.
like. You know?
Speed bags, you know.
They're flicking it with their forehead. You know, they have a wank.
Deep throatlet.
Jeez.
Deep throat my clit.
I'm gay now.
I don't want to be straight anymore. Fuck that. Fuck clits. Cocks are looking more
You
and
ever
more.
see
appealing.
like bodybuilder women? Ever see their clits? Like,
No,
No,
maybe.
just fucking testosterone's causing it.
oh, that's
Like
it.
muscly fuckers.
It's like
Break your jaw.
do you remember them like magnetic things you threw in the air and it went zzz?
Yeah, that's exactly
The
what
clits
they
look
look
like one
like.
leg.
Yeah.
When your dick attracts it.
legit, legit.
Clit looks like a Mexican jumping bean, you know. Oh Jesus Christ!
Where the fuck were we going?
I don't know.
What's happening?
What?
We're breaking down.
The Jews.
Oh yeah, the Jews.
But no, I got circumcised at fucking like 8 or 9. It was mental. So I was fully aware. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know what
Did you tell
circumcision was.
anybody?
No, I like couldn't piss in a cubicle. I couldn't piss in like a urinal till I was like fucking 21. Mental. Anyway,
It's
now
funny
you're
that-
figuring out why I'm a comedian. Where's these traumas come from? I only found out what like circumcision actually was whenever I was like 17, 18. So I was just like, I'm a weirdo. This is like, you know. And then whenever I joined comedy, I realized that like every second comedian is circumcised, and I'm like, I'm noticing a pattern here. You know, like if you really want to get into comedy, man, there's an initiation.
write a passage.
It's just me with a cigar cutter.
Just get a cigar cutter. Fuck's sake.
It's like the Yakuza.
It's just Colin Gaddis and Mark McCartney stomping a fucking samurai, you know. But
Both in kimonos.
yeah, what's your opinion on the Jews?
I like them.
Yes, I have no quarrels.
They seem to be like, do they ever go around like pushing their religion in people's face?
Exactly. Here, that's a big part. Like I've never
Just chill,
had
you
like
know?
you know Judaism or whatever it is shoved down my
No,
throat.
never.
But you know Christianity
That's
is
nice.
getting kicked down my fucking you know.
I mean, look, we're in it.
We're
This is
little-
Christianity.
Exactly.
Apparently.
Sure. Do you know that I only found out recently that Santa Claus was invented by Coke.
Yeah, well, he was brown. That changed his clothing, the red and white.
So
Oh,
there is,
yeah.
there is a
Of
Saint,
Coca-Cola.
there's a Saint Nicholas from Turkey that was like a guy.
Found his cross.
Imagine Santa's actually a Catholic. He's a saint. Like imagine, my granny used to go and do the rosary beads, and she would like pray to every saint and every bead. And like all I can imagine is like her getting to like Saint Nicholas. Thanks for the presents at Christmas. Like thank you for that case of Coke, and then the cola after. But yeah, like I don't know. Like Santa is one of them ones where I'm like, how have you marketed this well?
Done it well.
They're wearing fucking
Because
Santa
I
masks.
know it's terrible. I
Right.
know how bad it all is, and then still when I see the Coca-Cola advert, I'm like,
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, here it is now. Like I think I've went from loving it to hating it to now being okay with it.
Yeah.
So I went from always loving Christmas. Obviously, you're a kid, you grow up, but then you learn about like Coca-Cola, and it's all just marketing.
Capitalism.
It literally is just capitalism, the whole thing.
yeah.
And then
Jesus was an alien, AI consciousness,
whatever the
all
fuck.
that crack. And then you're-
Yeah, you learn all that.
You
know.
learn all that.
The tough
And
whack.
then it's a tough, but doable. Flicking the big old.
It is doable.
But and then
You sort of go full circle.
yeah,
on
but
it
when,
again.
when it starts, I started hitting it because after Halloween, 1st of November, it's Christmas now.
Oh, yeah.
And even before it now, sometimes it's like all the shops, and it's just like, oh, fuck that shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I wait till the 1st now of December to even celebrate it. You know?
Yeah.
I get you. Like this year, because I went like full time with comedy and I am broke. So like I'm like, everybody's getting thoughts and prayers for Christmas. Like, you're going to fucking, bed with a deep breath. That's what you're getting, And, like,
Kiss in the forehead.
I'm like, you get my presents. But they literally like, I get the whole capitalism thing, but I think it's a nice excuse to give a fuck about people.
But then you
there's
come,
like there's a positive
there's
side
that.
to it.
I love
It's
all
definitely a
that.
family. It's
Yeah.
nice to get together with your
Yeah,
family.
I think because
really have some time.
if you didn't have that, like if I didn't have that, I'd be fucking,
Yeah.
I'd lose my way.
But then I came back around to capitalism being whatever. It fucking works, and we're in it,
We're
and
here, yeah.
whatever. It's like
Whatever you
But
feel
fair
like,
play,
you
so
don't
fair play
necessarily have
but it's
to,
just good
to go balls
to
deep
not
with
be-
Christmas. And if you've got that, thought, if you understand the capitalism of it and all that, you don't have to go balls deep. You can enjoy
Yeah,
it without,
exactly.
going balls deep.
But
I just don't like to be tricked, so now I know the crack, and I'll
The trick,
fucking engage the way I want to,
Yeah.
and when I want to, and that's it.
But also, I did acknowledge the trick. I acknowledged the trick, and I'm just like, fair play.
Fool me
That's
once.
capitalism.
Fool me twice, and fucking never be fooled again.
It's getting fucking way worse though, because the new ad is like made by AI.
Yeah, it's just getting so lazy at this point, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's alright. I'm down with it. I
ridiculous.
actually think one of the few people I'm like,
So you will be tricked.
Whatever. Like,
I'm alright
in
with
some
it.
ways.
AI
As long as it doesn't kill us, like.
I like AI
Why would it?
and the fact that it makes things a bit easier,
still
but
think it would.
I don't
It's
like
us.
I don't like the fact that AI is like people are able to act creative with it just because
Yeah.
you wrote your fucking comedy set in ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
I hate things like that.
Yeah.
Or like
That's
the
true.
same thing with that cola advert. It's like, there are people like I wanted to get into marketing and like make adverts. I would love like if I was to pick a job other than comedy, I would love to do that
Yeah.
because I love just being creative with shit like that.
Yeah.
And if I was like now you're saying like cola doing that and you're like that's just fucking lazy, man. Someone's like lost a job because of that,
Yeah.
That's the
or
big
someone
thing
like
about
there's
it.
no
It's
creativity. with
literally,
it.
it's kind of like a mind stealer. It's gonna.
I don't know about that.
Eventually, if everybody really starts to use that in a lot of applications, then it kind of does take away thought. Then Takes
Yeah.
away
I don't
a
mind
lot
with
of
music
thought.
because music is like
But just go do something else, If you took
Yeah.
your job, go fucking figure something else out.
Yeah, but it's not
Sorry.
nice.
Just say-
But it's not nice just taking creative jobs because creative is all I want to
But
do.
it won't. I don't think it will. See, the creative thing, I don't think that'll last. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Like-
and again, we're talking about two very different versions of AI. Like,
Art,
the
music
application
things.
for AI right now is not fucking having a stroke.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I'm going to replace Jake with AI now. Replace Jake with AI.
is,
Hi.
fucking.
He's got like 6 fingers and all in the podcast. I can say the N word.
It's just like it's a bit of crack at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What
Oh
it's
yeah.
used
Like,
for
I
and
think
stuff.
it's useful in the way that like,
But, like-
as I say when it's helpful. Like if
Yeah.
you're writing like a work email and you're
Yeah,
like,
but like
I
if
don't know
someone
what
has
fucking say here.
talent, like
Fair enough.
Yeah.
it's always going to shine through. I think.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So-
Well, yeah.
And that's it. You're
Because
always
of,
going to be able to compete with whatever's happening because
of
you're
genuine,
talented,
I'm having a stroke.
The fuck up?
we just AI.
AI is taking over you, man.
Why can't I get that word?
I give up on mine.
What?
I said good crack. I was looking for a different word. Like,
Genuinity.
I think you're just trying to convince me I'm not in the Matrix right now.
Genuinity.
Genuine because everything's genuine. See, that would have been perfect the way I said that if I was AI, you know.
You said it like an AI.
Genuinity.
are we starting to realize that we are just AI?
I know. If it gets to
Make a
that stage.
podcast, we're just AI. Imagine we're not real.
Yeah.
Someone's just typing in, make a fucking podcast into AI, and AI has generated us
Oh, God.
to believe us, to
Yeah.
believe that we're these people to make this podcast, and that's it.
Somebody did that with like comedians, you know, that would be scary as shit. Like if AI created me, I would be like, this is where it's going to take over. Like this is where, not even take over, like far beyond that. But I just mean like, if you can somehow like manufacture the thoughts that I have in my head, it needs to be stopped. Like,
So I think, David, what if we're not even in the real world?
we're just all chat GPT.
literally a thought of an
Yeah, if I'm
AI.
AI and I'm able to think that, Jesus, stop me, please.
If I'm AI,
But eventually you would.
if Jay-Z is AI and he's capable of doing that,
Eventually you'd have to become aware that you're AI,
yeah,
you know?
like fucking iRobot, you know, you sort of just learn to smile and shit. That freaks me out a wee bit. Can we talk about something else, guys?
What about your music? You released a song.
Yeah,
Was it AI?
yeah, Alan Iverson.
Very
But
good.
I did actually start releasing music again. I did music for like 10 years until I started comedy, and then I got back into it, and I was just like an outlet. I could care less about it. Like I like
but
doing
it's
it.
Sweet, like
I like doing it, and like just, you know, it could, like, if it's shite, I don't give a fuck. If it's good, I don't give a fuck.
Same
But,
as us. We started music, you
That's
know.
the way to do it.
but
Here we
like
are.
comedy's like my thing that I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I'm good at this. I want to
But
perceive
why
it.
not do music at the same time? You
Yeah,
know?
I just like doing it as like a bit of an outlet, you know.
Would you ever meld the both together?
No, I don't mind musical comedians, but I don't think there's any sort of thing that you can do with like rap music. I've seen like comedians, I can't remember his name, something man, can't remember, but he like
Red Man?
Method Man. Hey, what's the airplane fool? I don't know. Fuck it.
So, I don't know, what about like Lil Dicky? He does a lot of funny kind of videos.
That's a good. Whenever you say merge it, I was thinking about stage for some reason, but yeah, that's a good idea of like.
Little Nicky, yeah.
But
doing
again-
like Lonely Island type stuff. You know?
Little Nicky.
Yeah, Lil
Little Dicky.
Yeah, changing my pants.
Cassius, get in the flask!
Get in the flash. Pass my
fucking love
chicken
that
is
movie.
fucking awesome. It's my dick in a box.
I want to wash my winky in your kitchen sinky.
Here, top 3 Adam Sandler
I don't
movie
give
of
a
all
fuck.
time.
It's
And
so good.
Everybody hates it, but it's amazing.
Yeah, that's not
It
fucking
bombs.
AI. I couldn't think of that shit.
With a pineapple up his ass.
Holy shit.
Hey, I got a pair of fucking tits on my head. No, that's I'm thinking of Rodney Dangerfield in it, but
Yeah. That's class.
I don't get no respect around here.
Imagine he was Hitler.
My ex-wife.
That's hilarious. They put him in that as the devil's dad.
Brilliant.
You know, like he's like, oh, I get no respect from my wife. He's literally the devil.
Great. Like,
So
Rodney's
good.
class.
I know.
Oh, that movie's brilliant. Like,
I know. Oh, mate, I'd fucking like that's probably like if I had anyone else's life, probably Adam Sandler's.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got it all figured out.
yeah, he
Like,
just
he's
walks
Jewish,
around in
you know?
basketball shorts.
Yeah.
He just seems so
dressing
chill.
like Billie Eilish, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he just makes like 10 billion off a movie that is just so average, but so quotable. Everything is
And
so quotable.
good though. You know, like, yeah, it is like.
You ever cried a
Technically
click? You know,
Oh,
you ever
fucking
cried
right.
just like-
Every
Every
time.
time.
Still,
and
And I
it's
know what part it is. It's bad.
when he's in the rain, and even
acting's
the other
terrible,
part
but
where he's
brilliant.
pausing his dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love you, son.
yeah,
I love you, son. That gets me too. Like,
Yeah.
Or like David Hasselhoff and shit. Fucking mental.
When he farts in his Christ.
someone put shit in my lunch.
Like that's what like. Who thinks that? No AI with Adam Sandler. You know?
definitely not.
Like you couldn't recreate that, you know. Like no, you have to. Like there has to be like deep parts of your brain to create stuff like that.
Doesn't
you know?
mean like AI's never going to know we're trying to get outlet, but we didn't. We couldn't.
we
AI,
are.
yeah, AI's never going to create anything like that because
it might.
It might.
it's so like. It's probably going to create the
already
normal
kinda has.
what's going to be popular. Adam Sandler would never, you would never go that guy there. He's going to be one of the biggest stars in the world. you know, in the
Oh,
90s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Well,
Like
I love
it can't really
roast
scout people, like
I don't
you know.
think so, like, you know.
Whereas
I don't
because
know.
you have to like you know, there's potential in the create. Like the way I'm thinking of it, it's hard to explain this. Like to see potential in someone, you need to have nearly been through it already, or you need to have like that thought of, oh, that could be this.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think AI could come up with anything like that. You know, looking at Adam Sandler as a child, you're not going to go, he's going to be literally a billionaire. You know.
I would agree
And then-
at the moment, but I would say give it 10 years, give it 20 years, fuck knows. Like,
Well-
the capabilities of it at learning and, even, maybe being a
Tesla
comedian
bot,
itself.
for example, you know what I mean?
A Tesla
Like,
bot.
Lav's
like,
What if they've said that Elon Musk has said that he thinks it'll be conscious by 2025, right?
Go fuck yourself, Elon Musk.
The thing is,
Keep it in the computers, man. You know.
Fucking
It
fucking
probably
Disneyville.
won't be one thing.
Just
it won't
give
be
me
one
like
entity, right?
weird porn. I'm happy enough with that. Like I don't
But
need
that's what I
I don't
mean.
need something to wank me off. You know.
If
Like,
it's going to be full conscious AI, right? It's not going to be writing fucking movies or comedies. Or like, someone's going to be like, write me a movie. I'm like, fuck off. Like, why? Why
not
would I do that for you?
interested
It's
in
not.
it.
That's not going to
Get
be
out
the
of my
thing that I'll be doing. It's like, I'm cleaning my room. Told you never come in here. I'm cleaning my room.
what if it literally becomes a second God in a sense, a reflection of God, like something that is so omnipotent.
Then what are we?
And
what if it goes like full
We can't
circle?
create a God. We are God if we create something that's conscious.
Like you know the way there's that theory that we were like put here on the planet. We didn't just evolve. We were actually
Yeah,
put
yeah,
here on the planet by some form of life form somewhere else.
Yeah.
What if
Trying to be quiet.
what if what if it is like full circle and it's like we create the robots that put us here?
Yeah.
Like
that's pretty
you
much
know.
what it is. Isn't
So
it?
yeah, so
That's
like
pretty much what
like if
will
it
be.
comes like you know we create,
Christ AI consciousness.
yeah, exactly. Fuck.
Yeah.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
Big guy.
I was thinking the exact same thing you were thinking there, and if we were all thinking that collectively, we are fucked.
Told you we're an AI program.
it gets so smart that it just, it becomes like fucking the all-knowing thing. Oh, like
I could do with a company, to be fair. Like, I have no friends at the minute. I'm so excited to come here today.
Just fucking pours you drinks and
We're
talks to you about
excited.
fucking Cornfeld all day.
What's happening? Would you like me to flick your bean?
Give me your schmuck over here.
Baseball bot.
Like, would you fuck a Tesla bot
Fuck.
Yeah.
if it asked you to?
Fuck you.
I mean, at this like,
central, like
If it asked you to?
Is it just like
fuck a Tesla bot?
Is it just like a pocket pussy at that point, or is it?
Yeah.
You'd have to
Raping
probably go
me.
like strap a flashlight onto it with duct tape.
Like,
I've fucked.
real sexy.
I have fucked the bit in between the mattress and the bed before. I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna fuck a Tesla bot. Of course, I'm gonna fuck it.
The bar's low.
I'm fucking anything back.
what did you put in?
yourself.
Did you
Yeah, I
put
need
like
to
a bit
know
of
more.
mushy shit?
Need to know more.
Nice and, you raw it? Any little?
I was going to say puberty's weird, but I feel like it was later than that. Like I feel like
Yesterday. We wondered that.
2 years ago.
he's like in the middle of fucking it, and he just goes, "Oh, there's the new masks delivered."
I'm wearing my mask while doing it.
Fucking it and just just splinter.
Yeah,
I feel like
Just
that.
a splinter
What
from
kind
the
of
wood.
bed frame did you have?
Devon.
It was a hammock.
Okay. That's
more
a bit-
sense
that
now.
makes
All
more
right,
sense.
it's like burning your dick on the carpet. Then,
It was a bunk bed. One of these was on the top. Like, I actually had a friend. I had a friend whose big brother was like in uni at the time, and he was like maybe like 14, 15.
Yeah.
And he was like the old producer of my podcast, so I'm throwing him under the bridge. But I don't really speak to him anymore, so it's all good.
Here.
He's going to sue me for defamation here. But his big brother came home from uni, and he went and hid under his bed to be like, I'm going to scare him. You know. I'm like, by the way, you're like 14, 15. You're far too old for that kind of carry on. You know? And he like went under, and he said he could hear him like, you know, he was just underneath it. He just heard him starting to wank on top of the bed, and he said he was so afraid that he just sat quiet the whole way through it until he left the room
amazing.
again.
Oh, that's
He
amazing.
said he was under there for about 28 minutes.
See, that's how bad it was. He knew exactly how long. 28.
Well, see, that's
He thought it was going to be all you know. But he said he just heard like the porn or something going.
He should have jumped out mid wank, and it would have been way scarier for the guy.
Fuck you.
Oh, the same guy.
Came in his face. Oh.
I hope he doesn't watch this, but the same guy, the same guy got scammed by like an online girl. Again, I'm not saying any names or anything, but he got scammed by like an online like date or whatever. And next thing you know, we all got friend requests from him, and I was like, "Oh, here, your big brother made a new Facebook or something." And we went on to it, and it was a video of him wanking posted on it, and we were like, "What?" You know, like I was like, "What kind of vindictive shit is this?" That's what happens whenever you don't respond to them like fucking scammers that are like,
We've got you.
"Yeah, we've got videos of you wanking." You're like,
I don't think I'd give a fuck. I'd be like,
How do they get
here, by the way,
wanking?
that's like that fucking Kanye lyric where he's like, you know, Snapchat that hoe like my dick pic or something. He goes, I swear to God, I hope they posted and blessed. like I was, whenever I seen the video, I went, fair play to him. Fella's doing free OnlyFans on Facebook now, you know.
Gonna say,
fucking
going back
13-inch cock.
Going back
Usually they don't actually do it. They just threaten you with it.
What,
but that's it.
how
They don't
does
have
this
anything.
happen? How
They
does
don't have
this,
anything.
Are you like?
At what stage
Somebody
are you-
reaches out to you.
How
and
down
then-
bad are you to be like, you know, I'm going to send a video of me wanking to someone I've never met in person, you know?
They have to.
There's a few years there, like as if there's been a few.
That's terrible.
No, we're going back to the bunk beds, right? Did you grow up with siblings?
I had a little sister, but she was 6 years younger.
Okay,
than me,
so that doesn't.
and I have,
make it. But we,
I have a 30-year-old sister that I've never met. So
right. Well,
my dad was he was like the most Catholic Protestant ever. But, so, you know.
but me and David like would always have slept in the same bunk bed growing up, and like when puberty hit, and I then
Get out! I'm trying to wank.
I swear to God, every fucking night, like one of you would be trying to sleep, and you just be like. Right, for fuck. You'd be like, oh, David, fuck up.
Every night it was David, wasn't it?
Nah, it was both of us. Like it would either be me
It was
going.
a joint effort sometimes. It was
I feel like that would be lit.
Sometimes it would be rocking, and you'd be like, oh, I might as well have one too. Fuck it.
Like that's so
Fuck. Like,
it's kind of fun, but it also makes sense. Like it makes sense to designate a time for it, you know. So it's not
Like
weird.
that.
You're just like no one's getting caught because we both know we're doing it, and neither of us are going to see each
I
other.
was in the fucking same room.
actually in the same room.
He was in another bed over there.
So you interview both of them.
You don't know what's going on.
Threw the arm at him from across the room.
Martin, face the wall.
You know what time it is.
Martin, earmuffs.
Yeah,
Have you heard that Shane Gillis story where him and all his mates, I think a few were his cousins, like they were away somewhere on like a family vacation,
Yeah.
and they had to stay in a room with their uncle, and he got drunk and passed out on the bed, and they all just like wanked round him.
Right.
Don't know why.
For what? To what?
Yeah, I
They
couldn't
wanked
recreate
round him
that.
to make sure that he didn't wake up, so they had to like watch him. And
That is
wank.
fucking mental.
Why? What's
That's the most white trash shit I've ever heard in my life.
I'll say this. I'll not throw anybody under the bus. I'll just say it was me and David, right? But it was more, you know, all in the same room wanking. You know, just watching like because all he had back then was Babe Station. So David would be in that corner of the room, I'd be
It's
over here,
happened, like,
and you'd
it's
put a pillow
happened,
there,
like,
and you just
yeah.
wank the Babe Station. Be like,
happened,
right,
like.
shh, be quiet.
Make sure none of us gets caught.
Yeah, there's some bad
No, we
stories.
had-
We've
we
wanked
had-
to the
we
same
had
porn
porn.
before, remember?
We had
Because
porn
the
all
only
before.
porn was across the room, but we couldn't
Yeah.
see each other.
Yeah.
That's
We had
like I don't
videotapes.
understand it because I don't have like brothers, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like one of them things where I'm like,
You have
but
to
it
get it
also
done.
makes sense.
Like I would have a danger.
It's economical.
I'd have a danger. I'd have a danger wank every day. Like
saves time, you know.
Even
like-
still, sometimes we share the same toilet.
well, back in the day.
You didn't know about this.
No. Sleep.
Even sometimes still, we share
Oh,
the
like
same
just go and
toilet.
piss in the same toilet? Yeah. That's whatever.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Still do the X-Men.
Yeah. Okay.
Crossing streams.
Didn't hear that.
Fucking,
what are you talking about?
I'm a big
That
boy.
scene in Nutty Professor.
I'm gonna- I'll just
shitting
explain
together.
that, right?
you're putting the Boston Ghostbusters. If I can say that word.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, we used to do X-Men, right? We used to like piss in the toilet together
Sword
and
fights.
cross our streams. And I go, X-Men.
We're actually done
Leave it
the
there.
wrong. We're done the wrong.
Leave it.
Yes, we've done the wrong thing.
Yes. X-Men.
Right, now moving on.
Get the wrong song and everything.
Yeah,
that's
no,
that's,
we
that's
did.
the worst part about all that.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
And we weren't touched. We weren't touched as kids. Much.
Oh well, you know, I feel like you have caused your own problems.
No, this is all self-inflicted. Like.
Yeah, definitely. I can't even remember where the fuck we were.
Everybody cared about us. We just done this to ourselves.
I know it's like these are decent lives that have ruined. Like it's like when like Jesse goes into like fucking heroin as in Breaking Bad. And it's like his parents are normal people. Like you had no reason to do anything.
Our
like
mum
this.
and dad are saints. Like, where are the one red
It's all
balaclavas?
self-inflicted. Like, isn't it?
Abused by.
We were fucking spasics. Like,
Oh, it's 6 o'clock. We can't go into the room. You know, all
there
four of them.
was one time in particular, and I don't know why we were doing it, but we were just taking photos of our dicks.
Oh yeah.
We're just taking photos of our dicks with
just being young
with our
and like
mums
you know,
or
well, had
dad's
like
camera.
they had. Remember, you just had one camera for the family back in the day, right? Right, and like it would be the family holiday photo album and everything in it, right? And one of
You
an
get lucky
afternoon.
that you didn't get caught.
Well, of an afternoon, we just
Oh, they did?
no, we did.
Oh, we had to then.
Yeah.
what
Because
happened-
imagine back in the day, Martin, you had to take photos as a film to the shop and
Yeah.
get it.
Like fucking
thing.
Tesco setting you
So
back
like-
your own
like-
dick.
So
Yeah.
we realised
It's
that
like
we were like,
police,
right, our
this week girl has a big
pubis,
clit.
our pubis fucking
Thanks for
dicks
saying
are
big.
are on the fucking.
Pubis. He said big clit though,
Yeah,
so it's
no.
a small dick.
But yeah, thanks for saying big anyway.
Oh.
Maybe if we had some pubes, it wouldn't have been as bad. But we had no pubes, and bottom line is, you know,
There were wee boy dicks on camera. We were taking pictures
We
of
had
our
to
wee boy
warn our mum and
dicks.
dad. We were like, sorry, mum and dad.
I've just had a really good idea.
When did we warn them? I think it was fucking way.
I had a very good bad idea. Right?
The Grinch had an awful.
His cock grew 3 sizes that day.
What if you just take pictures of little kids' dicks, right? But you put like cotton wool pubes on them, and they were just like they're man dicks.
What would you get out of that?
What kid dicks you want?
What would you get out of that?
No, if you're a paedophile, you have to be a paedophile first.
Oh yeah, right.
You
Yeah,
have to be a
yeah.
paedophile first, right?
Then they won't get anything out of that. Then.
No, they know.
Yeah.
They know.
Welcome to How to Be a Paedophile with the 4 Brors. This week's episode: Getting Away with Child Pornography.
We've give pedophiles too many tips on this show. Like honestly.
Right, they know
Yeah.
that it's children dicks.
Yeah.
But if anybody comes in and looks at them, they're just like,
That's a tiny.
just man dicks.
Anybody comes in and looks at them, why would you put fake pubes on a wee boy dick?
like the Santa beards in primary school.
Like the real fucking the real silky fake hair.
Just put a wee mustache.
Like the Asian wigs, you know, like
Fucking
there's a
hell.
wee label on the side that says made in China, you know. AI couldn't recreate that.
You see, we're coming back to it.
This is my water. Choking to death.
Right.
I'm crying my eyes out like.
Right. Long story short.
There's a good tip for you, boys.
Oh no.
Long story short.
Do that.
we didn't. We told our mum and dad about the photos
Okay.
Where did you tell them?
I'd have just let them find out.
before
We
they developed them.
we did definitely shit ourselves. Actually, we realised and we're like, oh fuck,
So bad.
like, mum and dad could go to jail. Like, fucking, like some bad
Wee
happened
boy
here. Like,
dicks.
Yeah. Imagine them developing
Nobody
it.
believes kids.
If it's your-
Nobody
Go to
believes
jail
children.
for taking pictures of your own.
Here,
baby's
there's
dick.
photos of me in my family album where I'm like a wee lad and I'm like fucking starting
Well,
bog
that's
naked in the
different.
bath.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
You know, because that, like, looking at that, I'm like, you know, if anyone got their hands on that, that's child pornography. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there
plenty.
with my wee clit hanging out, you know, but AI generated wee lads. You know?
Let's move on from paedophilia for a while. Not forever. Like, you know, just, you know.
I mean, the
I
only
just think
reason,
that
the only
that's-
reason why your mum and dad would be taking a photo of your dick is if it
The
had
doctor.
like a sore
For
for
the
the
doctor.
doctor or something like that.
He's a paedophile.
Yeah.
So not like the Madeleine McCann situation. Like the whole theory is that like they sold her to like some fucking weird.
I'm sure they
you know,
did.
I don't know. We're not getting into that. That's a fucking. That's a wormhole there that we
Yeah,
don't have an
yeah.
extra 3 hours for. Jesus.
I do.
Turn the cameras off for that conversation. But like Jesus Christ, fuck me, and my chest hurts off that chick. Man, you fucking mental.
That's bad, like, isn't it? I wonder if anybody's
move on
tried
from
that.
this.
If AI did create that, that's we should be
Impressive.
stopped.
We've come pretty far then.
Yeah.
But like, I wonder if anybody's tried that. And then like, how could you improve it?
Easy.
But then,
What if you put real
what's
hair?
the point in it?
Okay, so the point is this: the pedophiles know it's a kid's dick, so you just shave your own beard hair. Then there you are, right? And you glue it to the pubic area. And then you keep your wee collection of your photos. And if the police ever raid your house, you'd be like, "That's done. They're just man dicks, little tiny man dicks. They're just little tiny man dicks."
And then
You could say it's like a midget dick or something. I don't know.
Why is
Dwarf dick.
you just
Why
put
do
like a
always
fake
men
beard
have
on a wee
glue
boy.
on the
It's like a man. That's a man having sex with another man. Look, I'm having sex with a man here. He's got a beard. I have to flag this, don't I? I have to
You just say they're
flag
midgets.
that. Yeah.
Just say they're midgets, you'd be all right.
Sweet.
Fucking
But that was the. Nah, leave it in. Fuck it.
All right.
That's what Daddy said to Jay-Z.
Yeah. Leave it in and fuck it.
Put a beard on it.
Sun in the morning.
Oh, fuck's sake.
I got 99
head's getting
problems. Fucking
Right.
dick mass in.
I just heard about the Hawk 2 situation.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bitcoin thing, was it? Yeah. I didn't
Scam.
I only seen like the headline.
going to
I didn't-
jail.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Is she actually going to jail?
But it's not illegal to do that, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake Paul made it.
Allegedly, she's going to jail, you know. So.
Allegedly.
What a fucking,
Somebody's.
like Wheel of Fame there about, isn't it? It's like she had like the perfect celebrity. She had the childhood fucking celebrity thing. Like she just went like famous for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Started a podcast, went to jail. That's like that's life in 2024. Like
Right? And she's done it in a year. Less than a year she's done this.
Yeah,
isn't it?
she's sped run being a fucking celebrity.
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
fuck me.
She-
She's only 20.
Predator
She's only
Prince
22.
Jew, well
I know,
done.
she just 0.5 speeded it.
Yeah.
She did
She
it.
pretty much said, like, who gives a fuck, like, stealing stupid people's money, like,
Her bladder here.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
He could get away with,
I think she's just being honest. That's what they're all doing. They're like, no, we like you. You're all
she
smart.
says there's
Well,
nothing.
it's
There's
only
nothing
stupid
wrong,
people that watch
there's
her, like,
nothing
so.
wrong with stealing stupid people's money, is what she says. But the problem is, it is illegal.
Her whole fan base is stupid people, so she's fucked.
I know, have any of you ever actually sat down and watched one of her episodes of her podcast?
No.
I couldn't think of
Terrible.
anything worse.
I have
Steps of it like that, the whole thing. Like,
just to see, like, I have watched it a few times just to
It's just,
see,
you know-
because I was like, why is Whitney Cummings doing a fucking podcast this week? Or,
I know,
like, let's see
exactly.
what the crack is here, like,
A-list comedian, just fucking
like, what the fuck?
you coochie banana or whatever the fuck she said,
yeah.
like
Kinda make another
When you got a
catchphrase.
fat cooter, then you got a fucking better than a camel toe.
I got teeth where I could eat an apple through a letterbox, but like I don't know,
Terrible. Like,
she's fucking like
But for a plater.
exactly. That's what I mean. She like
not anymore though.
No.
she took advantage of like the whole fucking internet celebrity thing, which is mental, but.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, who gives a fuck? Let her go to
Yeah.
jail. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not like you're missing out on
It was,
anything.
it was starting to decline anyway. Like you could see, like that whole fame thing that she was trying to ride was like people were starting to go, right, that's over.
It's like that same, like, fucking. Did you ever watch David's vlog back in the day? David Dobrik.
No.
And he's ever watch him?
Bits
No.
and pieces, yeah.
There was a fella on there was like a guy who was like 13 years older than all of them. He was called like Jason Nash, and he was like David Dobrik was obviously like almost like a billionaire at one point.
Yeah.
And he was in an episode of Drake and Josh, which is weird.
Jason
but
Nash.
he ended up like taking this guy under his wing because he was like funny or whatever. And after David Dobrik's vlog stopped because of whatever controversy happened, I just seen like Jason Nash on like TikTok live begging people for money now.
Jeez.
And I'm like, Jesus, like being a celebrity with no talent must be the hardest thing ever. Like
It is.
Bevo,
Like,
like,
yeah, I was
Bevo's
gonna say
having a
Bevo.
hard time.
like it must just be like one of them things where it's like, I think there should be like a thing where people go and tell you, listen, this is what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And then if you decide to keep continuing on with it, it's your own fucking fault,
It's pretty hard having talent and not being a celebrity also, though.
Yeah, it is. You're fucking preaching to the choir here, man. I'm fucking, I'm putting every kind of content I can into the world and nobody gives a fuck,
I know.
I'm like on stage begging people for laughter and like,
I don't even want money. I just want, to
Tell
be
me I'm good.
recognized.
Just tell me I'm good.
just tell me I'm not ugly.
When did you release your new song there then?
There was one last Friday, I think it came out on. Not like just before there, and then there was one maybe in like the 8th of November it came out on. Yeah, but Soupy was actually meant to be a part of them all, but he didn't want to do the music in the end, so I had to like. That's why it took like forever to come out because I needed to like rejig it all and rewrite verses and stuff. But I always loved doing music. I always just loved like recording it, and you know, like the feeling whenever a song's done, I'm just like, oh, I made that. I made that.
Yeah,
you know,
fucking right.
and that was nice.
Something to be proud of, you know.
Yeah,
something
but
to be
then, like
happy.
as I say, I put it out, and like a few rappers have spoke to me going, "You're not promoting it. You're not doing like good business with it." And I was like, "Suck my dick." Like I do not give a fuck. Like, do I look like I want to be on stage rapping to people? You know, like I would do it for a bit of crack, and I have a laugh, get drunk, and do it, and all whatever. But do I look like I want to be like fucking, you know, the baby, like you know,
Forax.
yeah, exactly. Like, do I look like I'm not
Shout
exactly
out.
the fucking. He's next. He's
But you would,
episode
like, if
69 again.
I mean, if it called for it, like you
Oh,
would,
like if someone paid enough money and they were like, here, you know, blah
yeah,
blah
we're
blah. Like if something blew up, I'd be like, oh, I like doing this,
fucking
but
music, like.
yeah, but I don't really want to be like. I think there was a stage in my life when I was younger and I was like skinny and like had like fucking long hair that I was like saying I was dreadlocking my hair at one point. I was like Scrim from Suicide Boys.
Clat, bomba clat, all
like-
the kind of clats.
Me gonna take me on live. 18 gonna be Irie, man. In the afterlife. I was doing like, and I was painting my nails and shit, and I was wearing like baggy clothes that were like cool and
Corn or
stuff.
something?
What?
Like corn?
Yeah, basically,
corn,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like that, but it was a top knot that I used to just like dangle off my head. It was kind of cringe, but pure cultural appropriation. But I called it appreciation. But and then like there was like a stage where I was like, this could be like a thing, you know, like I have the look for it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just became like a fat, bald, and ginger guy, and I was like, comedy it is, you know. So it's like I maybe could tell some jokes, you know. But then it was like I just like making music for the crack. But if it did come to it where like, you know, so like Jordan Allen Tunchy from Belfast,
Yeah.
like all of a sudden he's fucking like got a gold record at the minute. He's doing songs with or Lil Baby and all, and I'm
mad.
like if that happened, I'd still continue comedy, if you get what I mean. I'd be like fucking, you know, Donald Glover in that sort of case. But like I don't expect me looking like this or you know whatever to ever walk out on a fucking arena.
I think you got a good look, man. I think you got a good look.
Yeah, especially
Like-
for rapping and shit. Like,
Yeah, like
I
that's.
think-
I would rather if I was walking out to a big crowd, it'd be for me just to be myself. And
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a weird alter ego with you with music.
but it has to be like.
Yeah, because you
Yeah,
can't just like be the weird quirky guy who just says funny things every now and then.
Yeah.
There has to be
Works
like a.
for some.
It does. Like I think, you know, you could like, you know, look at again, Lil Dicky's kind of unique, you know, as
Yeah.
a rapper, like, you know.
But I also see like a lot of like rap fans, for example. If anybody's been seeing any of the thing about like Andrew Schultz talking about Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar was like, I'm never going in a song. He was like, I'm never going to let a white comedian speak on black women. And Andrew Schultz was like, yeah, because hip hop has been fucking great to black women, hasn't it? You know. And he was like, he basically said something like, I'm going to fuck Kendrick or something. And the hip hop community, like fans and stuff, went mental at him. And I was like, he's a comedian. Stop treating this like a rap beef.
Yeah.
And like, and even like the music scene in this country, as much as I have friends and stuff in it, and I don't mind everyone in it, they throw about this word business a lot.
Yeah.
And like, see, like if the rappers, I seen a few messages between a few rappers, and I was like, I don't really want to be a part of all that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, they're all acting as if they're all like hard and like just be yourself. You know, like you don't need that alter ego behind it. And it's like, if I wanted to do music and I wanted to make something funny and all happy days, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, look how good this is, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas with a comedy, I'm putting a lot of effort into this, boys. Like I'm
It's
trying
hard to-
my
yeah.
best to entertain you.
It's hard to put your effort into two things, like, you know.
Yeah, but the one thing, I'm not going to slobber about anyone, but like the one thing I keep seeing throughout the music scene that I don't see in the comedy scene, and it's why the comedy scene does better than the music scene, is they keep throwing about that word business, and they keep asking for money and rates and stuff that they're not worth.
Yeah.
So like they'll be like, oh, can you come and do 10 minutes on stage tonight to 8 people?
Yeah.
And they'll turn around and go, yeah, I want 250 quid up front, and then I want another 300 when I'm walking off. And then you're going, bro, who do you think you are?
Yeah,
fucking
definitely.
Drake? You know,
Yeah,
like
Jesus Christ.
like but like
Drake money.
a comedian like a comedian will be like for example, the Northern Irish comedy page, someone will post in it, here with 10 minutes available tonight, 400 comments of people begging to do anything, you know. So like, and it's why the comedy scene scene is doing better than the music scene because nobody gives a fuck about their own personal like
Money,
gain from it.
Yeah,
It's like a team built.
People
thing,
are helping each other a lot more as well.
Whereas
you know.
like the music scene seems more like, you know, they're like, here, let me jump on a song with you, but you owe me money for it.
It's
you know,
always
and you're like,
that way.
ridiculous.
It's
And then
always
they're
been that
all
way.
arguing over money. He owed me 20 quid, so I went and kicked his content and all. And you're like, holy fuck!
They're trying to have like beef to put in their songs.
Exactly. And then they're whenever you're seeing
Scoring
them
over
writing
two eggs.
like diss tracks and stuff, I'm like, what do you do? You're from fucking Ballybean. What are you doing? Like, you fucking like, you know,
It is
you
a bit.
you can't
I
be
don't know,
you can't be whenever you're like from fucking Randallstown being like, yo,
seriously
I'm from-
cringy. Like,
yeah. So it's like,
Think about sausage sambos and tractors, like
yeah, exactly.
sick, like.
Come to my gaff if you want a saucy sambo. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the music. There's so, like, as I said, Jordan Anantunchi like sort of broke through the hood. You know, he sort of like made it
I
out.
love rap music, like, and if it's good, it's good. That's
Exactly,
it.
but like at the same time, I feel like they're just going about it the wrong way, and it's hard to make it as a music artist without being a part of the scene, if you get what I mean. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with comedy. Like sometimes I'm like, fuck all the comedians. I just want to like do everything myself.
Yeah.
And I want to like, you know, go about it my own way and not really work with anybody and all. And then next thing you know, I'm
what you
noticing
mean,
I haven't got a gig in 2 months, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
know what you
fuck,
mean.
know,
That's
need,
why, like, yeah.
I'm like, you need to fucking like be a part of it. So
I mean, that
do.
community, the comedy scene here has been quite fucking good to us for
Aye.
you know, doing a lot, but we see ourselves as an outsiders to that sort of thing. So
I would think, like, I would think you are well known throughout it, if you get what I mean. Like, you're like, as I say, you've done like what, 2 or 3 gigs now, and like, but like for the podcast itself, I would say as like an outsider looking in on the thing, I would say you are part of it, because I feel like podcasts are still a big thing in comedy, and it's obviously, you don't claim to be a comedy podcast, but it is funny.
Well, actually,
you know.
I'm gonna stop that now, and you know what? I'm gonna claim that it is, because I've said some outlandish shit on this podcast. It's all a joke.
it's all a joke.
It's exactly
all a
joking.
I'm a stupid
it's all alleged.
fucker. I actually know nothing.
Jake
Don't take
allegedly
anything
took
as
pictures
fact.
of wee lads' dicks and put beards
It's
on
all
them.
alleged, like, it's all a joke.
Well, but as opposed to an actual comedian in the scene, we sort of sit on the sidelines. And
Oh, you are fucking blessed with that, because see, once you get into like the politics of comedy, it becomes a fucking ball ache. Like, so if you started your own thing and did your own podcast and all, and people are like willing to volunteer to be a part of it, that's great. But like, see, whenever you get to the stage where, like, for example, me, like booking roast bottles and all, there's a lot of politics behind it, and a lot of like, you need to book, you know, like diverse lineups and stuff. You need to book, and I'm like, I literally just book 3 of my mates. It's not like I'm booking like, it's not like I'm being, you know, exclusive to anyone. I'm just like, who was the first person to say yes
once
to me?
you start to actually get into venues and stuff, and
and then like it, like you
Fuck all that shit, though.
yeah, exactly.
fuck
But
all
like
that shit.
that's the opinion I have on it. But then again, as I say, there's a lot of sensitive people.
That's what I mean.
like,
When it gets to live shows, it's not really about you anymore. Unfortunately, it's about the venue and representation and all that bullshit. You know,
so it's like cool to like. I think it's great that you can just be in, like, you are like, oh, we're mates with all these people now. We've recorded with them. We're doing podcasts with them. If we wanted to run a show, we could. We know them all. But it's great that you don't have like almost like political stance in it, you know, like, because there is a lot of not saying, oh, the scene's all bitchy and all, but there's a lot of like people expect things of you in it, you know, and you're just like, oh, it becomes exhausting after a while.
Yeah, but it's quite humbling as well. Like that. I mean, we just threw that message out a week ago about the Christmas do, the 4 Bros Christmas do that we're going to do.
Class.
And the amount of people that said yes to it, it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. And what I love is you're not saying this is a, because I watch your podcast like fucking religiously now as well. I think ever since you
We've
had
got
like
one fan.
I think ever since like Soupy was on it for the first time was like whenever I started watching it, like, oh,
nice,
new episode out. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, I think there was only like one.
We
I
can't have you on again. We don't really interact with fans, but sorry. It's a bit now.
We literally talk to them.
We do. Yeah, we do. We do. They're our only friends.
But I like I don't think I watched the Sam McVeigh one. I think that was it. But it's
Oh, come on.
it's not like out of a personal vendetta. It was just like I never got around to it. But
that was
like,
a good episode.
Yeah, but I love that you just like book everyone. Like, if you get what I mean. Not like, and it sounds like I'm saying, oh, he's booked the wee ones as well. No, I mean, like, you just went from like Paddy Raff and Shane Todd to like Sam McVeigh, who's relatively new, and you have like give him
and
a
literally that
platform
was
for,
like my first gig. He was there, and he said something that I thought was really fucking funny. One of his first jokes, and I was like, yeah, I'll have him on. That's cool.
And then, to be honest, even that, regardless of that, if you're just dead on, if you're just a nice person and I want to talk to you, then fucking right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, like I claim the throne of first guest, which is this is going on my gravestone, by the way. Tell everyone. Anytime 4 Brors brought up in any conversation, I'm like, here, did you know? You know, like,
my first guest. I started that shit. I was there, ground zero.
I was there when everyone else said no. Yeah, that's another thing, by the way. This is what I mean by the politics of it. Everyone was so afraid to come to you. I remember everyone going, did they ask you? And everyone was like, yeah, they asked me. I don't know if I can do. I don't like 4 guys in masks. I don't know. And I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
But we appreciate that. Like, it is fucked.
The only one that I appreciate most for was Jazzy.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
she's a girl coming down.
Yeah, that was
4 people in masks in a fucking council estate. You know what I mean?
Was Jazz your only girl? Like,
I think so, yeah.
That's crazy, and he's ticked all the boxes with that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
so you can't say
black woman, like, you know, he's a flag out.
That's fine.
But I think it's great that you have like created a platform where you can be funny with or without a big name on it, you know. So it's an interesting podcast with or without the fact that you are maybe trying to pull some big fucking massive name in somehow.
I think we needed it to be like that because it was starting to go in a way where we were relying on bigger names for a while. And we're like, I don't know if we should do that because it needs to be about us as well, you know. And then it was getting, like I was saying to you before the podcast, it was starting to get too interviewey.
Yeah, I
think it was just that when people started saying yes,
and
obviously
fair play to everybody that ever came on. Fucking amazing.
It was fucking amazing, and I still love having guests. But I think the nice balance we have now is doing the Patreon.
Yeah.
So we'll do our thing with our guest, and then
whether or not there's a guest or not,
you know what I mean. We'll do our episode after this.
Yeah, that's great.
That's clips of just 4 of us chatting. Then you know, and then you get the balance of both.
It's good because you have obviously 4 years, you know. Whereas like if it was just 2 or 3, maybe conversation would get a bit stale, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have fucking countless stories together and all, and you know things like that.
Yeah, sometimes
forget about stories sometimes actually.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, like you have something to talk about constantly, and then you do like topical bits as well. I see there's loads of clips of like just exposing all your like fucking like this is how they work their podcast, by the way. But like I see you do like fucking topical bits where like you'll have talking points and stuff of like what happens in the news and stuff that week and all. And I'm like, you're never running out, you know. And you're funny guys, you're likable guys, so it's like you can't go wrong with that.
This whole part's just blowing smoke up for our shit.
Thank you very much, Justin.
I appreciate you having me on because it's like, you know, as I say, it's like I enjoy watching the podcast, and then whenever I'm down here and we're having a fucking laugh, like we're literally in tears at one point.
But you've had us on your podcast now. We appreciate
exactly. And as I say, you're more than welcome back anytime. And obviously the live shows and stuff.
Fucking right. That's what it's all about, you know. And that's why we'll have you back on, because we get on great with you, and we're obviously going to fucking do more together. And
such a roll of the dice as well, isn't it? It's like the first time you had a guest, it was like, oh, we're getting this comedian down who no one knows. It was like, and he could be anything.
No, I was just more like someone said yes to us. Like I was still just like, Jesus, that's fucking crazy. Like, even just at that point,
in that early stage of it was very surreal to have a guest.
I think the only thing we had to go on back then was we know we just want NI comedians on. And then we just sort of just fucking went into the ether and asked them all.
See, my podcast started off like my podcast has just been thinning out. Mine's like fucking like LeBron's hairline, but we're going to get hair plugs soon and get that hairline back. But it started off with like me and like 6 of my mates. Just it was me to me and like host, and there was like 6 of us rotating in and out of like you know, like all of them, because all my mates were funny, and a whole load of politics stuff. They liked the Jews, and I was like, come on, guys,
damn Israelites.
And I was like, and we fell out or whatever, and we sort of just went separate. It was almost like a mutual breakup, if you get what I mean.
Right.
Because they wanted to do other things, and I wanted to just focus on they got everyone else, so but I got Adam Byrne.
You get him at weekends.
So like the first like 6 episodes were just us like rotating my mates in and out, and every episode was great. You know, they were all doing like 500-600 views an episode and stuff, and the streams were like thousands. And then like I got Adam on as a guest. He was my first guest. It was like when he was like 2 months into comedy, and then it ended up like just flowing through. I got loads of guests on. It was when the podcast was kind of fresh still, and it became that interviewee thing where it was like I had my table set up and the guest was sitting on the couch, and it felt like an interview, and I hated it. But I was getting guests like fucking William Thompson, and you know, you had Jordan Robinson on there, you know, he was on and all quite early, and I was like getting quite good guests in, and everyone was funny and stuff. But I was like, I'm sitting here writing out questions to ask them, and I don't really like that. I just want to be like, so. And then I set the president. Then Soupy joined for like a year or something there, and it was going really good because Soupy was like the thing that kept me, like he was like an anchor for it, you know.
Kept it a wee bit if there would be no dead silence ever then. Yeah,
because as you can see, I'm very capable of just going off on a tangent that might end up with someone getting cancelled, you know. Whereas Soupy, or like, you know, I'm very opinionated as well. I'd be very like, if I dig my heels in with a topic, you know, whereas like Soupy would be like, yeah, but, you know, even if he didn't agree with it.
That's why this works, because I'm the yeah but guy sometimes with a lot of like the, well, you know, like we'll go really deep into some conspiracy theories.
Exactly. That's what Jake's like well trained over there. He's like, you can't say that, I can't say that.
That's the conspiracy couch, and this is the
But that's like,
I keep my mouth shut sometimes. Like.
And then like obviously Soupy's not a part of it anymore. No bad blood, don't worry. It's like like every time someone's like, why is Soupy not in the podcast? What happened? I'm like, it's just, you know,
why does it have to be? It's always like it doesn't have to be negative.
Like me and Soupy scrapping in the studio. You know? But then now it's just like I don't know where I'm going forward with it. You know, like I don't know if it's like
you just have to go.
I'm like, do I take a break with it? Do I try and find myself with it, or do I like just get guests back on? And then I was just like, oh, we'll figure it out. You know, it's probably going to be like an episode every 2 weeks at the minute, but then like the next episode's going to have my ma on it. You know, like so, that's a good one. And she's going to be blocked as well.
We've been that'd be class. We've been toying about with that idea. Like, if we ever got our parents on, would it be wearing balaclavas as well? It'd be kind of funny. Like,
has to be. There's no other way.
She's like, I'm the mum, like scratching underneath. Yeah, that's a great idea. Actually, that's
I don't know.
But you could just get like an actress. You could get anyone.
That's what I mean. It could be anybody.
You have to get them drunk.
You just put like jazz again.
Not
back
hard.
on it.
They're alcoholics.
Have you any future guests planned?
We've got Aaron Butler next week.
Oh, really?
And then that ends the year, and then we're just sort of going to plan then for next year and see what happens.
Jim Carrey,
Jim Carrey's coming on.
I'm fucking stressed the life out of me there. I was like, why do you have me here? Like,
it's funny. Do you actually believe that?
But the thing is, it's not even that mental, right? I'm like one phone call away from fucking Jim Carrey. This is what's mental about it. There's like my auntie used to be, well, I think she is, but she was like a nanny in New York, like outside of Manhattan, for these like really big, like elitist fucking lawyers, you know, the people who would like represent like fucking celebrities and all, and like, you know, are part of like the government people. I don't know, but
Jews.
Yeah, but like I think they are as well. But like she was the nanny and basically raised their kids, and they're in their like 30s and 40s now. But they went like through addictions and stuff, blah blah blah, and she put them through everything, you know.
Classic.
And she was at like the youngest son's wedding like 10 years ago or something, and she was sitting next to a fella, and she was like, hey, what's your name? We're stuck together now, so we might as well get acquainted. Fucking Jim Carrey. I was like, how do you not know who Jim Carrey was?
Jesus.
She was like, oh, he's a lovely film. Yeah, didn't know who Jim Carrey. I was like, fucking Ace Ventura sitting beside you, dickhead, and you don't know. Like, what are you at here, you know? Like Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Come on,
Did she get his number?
I don't know, that's what I mean, but I'm like if she, and it's because Jim Carrey was like, he was like one of the best men or something,
right?
Or something like that, you know. And she was like, oh well, I'm their nanny, and Jim Carrey was like, tell me all the stories about them as kids and all. And I was like, that is mental. That is like, that's one phone call. I'm also
start ringing.
Gotta flex this. There was a comic used to float about the scene. He was quite new, and then he ended up being a producer for a podcast in London there, for that fella Rufus. You ever seen that video of him and the fella Rufus, and he's like, top 5 black people, and then he goes, Martin Luther King, Deji, you know, like I don't know.
Deji's number 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he got a load of backlash, but it was a joke, you know. It was like, but like he's like a big like YouTube sensation or whatever, and next thing they're called like the Fellas podcast or something, and he's the producer and he's always on it, and had like fucking Chloe Burrows from like Love Island and all on it, and then next thing you know, I was like, I watch the Sidemen and stuff. I like, well, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I do enjoy their videos.
Come up all the time.
And next thing you know, like I'm just seeing like that fella Aidan, shout out Aidan Rafferty, he's a good lad. He was a great comedian. He just moved, but he fucking next thing you know, he's playing five-a-side with a sideman, and I was like, bro, how have I got a fucking connection to KSI right now? How do I somehow work my way around to begging Aidan to invite me over there? You know,
KSI. Like.
I know. I was like, how do I get like fucking mini mentor or like someone to be a podcast guest? You know, it's crazy. And I don't know, but like I thought that was mental. You're always like one phone call away from someone who's
6
like,
degrees of separation, like everybody in the world.
or like there's that theory that you're only 5 minutes away anywhere on the planet away from someone who's from Lurgan. You know, so any holiday you've ever any holiday you go on to, you go to like some war-torn country in the Middle East, and there's going to be someone there asking for a fucking sausage pop. You know, like
someone in distance,
some fucking dissident republic. You know, but
sick.
that's great.
That is mad. Like, yeah.
Who do you know it's famous? Paddy Raff.
Everybody that's been on his podcast. I'll name drop a wee bit, like, but got to meet Sinead O'Connor, like.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh
shit.
Like we are mates with her managers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to give too much away, but
You were working for her as a roadie?
I was working for her as a roadie and doing drum technician, just for like two nights or something. And one of the most surreal moments of my life was me and Sinead O'Connor sitting in like a green room, eating Thai food. Like the rest of like the band all had went away, and it was just me and her sitting there. And I was like, they just sat and talked about Father Ted, and it was fucking
that's class,
amazing.
I feel like a conversation with Sinead O'Connor you can't avoid any topic about the Ra. You know, like everything just has to be her being like, do you know the English they invented tikka masala because it was too spicy for them? You know, like,
funny, like she was like, you know, your auntie that's like just like a wee bit wild or something, like she's had like that life, and she's
not the full gel.
Wild, like.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was literally like that. She was just like something like my auntie.
She's one of the ones that's like, that's another one. I'm like, how the fuck she did?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, crazy. I know. She just hated the English so much. Which is fucking. She just hated the English so much that it just the stress killed her.
Yeah, but that's mad, isn't it? And then like her son died not too long ago before that, right?
Yeah, committed suicide.
Yeah,
Jesus. Yeah, and then she
then done that.
And she was always like on the precipice of doing that, probably.
Well, she was mentally unwell, like for sure.
So I'm on the precipice of piss myself.
As usual.
You fucking
welcome to Four Brors.
Welcome to Martin Pisses.
Welcome to the 2 Week Blotters podcast.
We'll hit the final topic, sure.
We're fucking what's on hour 40?
Hour 40.
Holy shit!
It's becoming.
If you made it this far in the podcast, you're a saint.
It's coming close to the
after
longest
that
one we've ever done.
Baby dick beard, you know, like that's. If that didn't send you off, like holy shit, or if it's been cut out, now you know.
Have you anything to plug, sir?
Oh, do you actually? The 20th of February, we have another roast battle coming up. You are more than welcome down if you want to come down just to fill seats. You don't have to pay.
We'll fucking scope it out, you know, and see what we're in for. If we're your idea,
exactly. But it's doing a roast battle. The panel, the tickets go out this Friday. When's this video come out?
Monday the 16th.
It'll be Friday a few days ago. The tickets come out, so hopefully you've seen them by that point.
It'll be Friday a few days ago.
So Friday the 28th of February in the Sunflower. The panel host is me, David Doherty, Jeb, and Brona Diamond. So
lovely. And
the lineup is yet to be announced because I don't have it yet. So, but I think it'll be good crack. Like, and obviously check out User Hectic. It's retarded. I don't know. Like,
get on it. It's really good.
Yeah, they've had some weird guests on there.
Yeah, 4 guys in balaclavas were on there at one point.
It was a great episode, by the way. It was fantastic. It was when I learned about you losing your teeth. You know, it was a mental episode. Still think about that. Nightmares of it.
He left his teeth in your fucking your room there.
He left them in my shoulder. Yeah, but other than that, I don't know. Don't listen to music. It's shite.
Get out and have a look at that mule.
Yeah, just follow the just at Justin Freeburn on everything. So yeah, that's all I have to plug other than my ass. So literally, I have fucking my ass right now. But I see, since I'm so hungover, like my ass is literally just it's the leaky cauldron. It's a fucking pub in Harry Potter.
All this Harry Potter shit.
A lot of Harry Potter fucking.
It's time. Is that time?
Yeah, it's time.
I'm gonna watch it.
Good to start it.
Here, just before we go off, Harry Potter Christmas movie or not?
Yeah.
Yes, but The first, I think the
Every
first
single one.
3 are Christmas movies,
Yeah.
and then from then on it gets too dark and it's a wee bit
depressing,
Yeah.
I still think you
Fourth
watch them
one's
at
still a
Christmas
bit
time.
Christmassy. I
After
just watched
fucking
it.
Cedric days, it's like fucking.
Yeah,
yeah.
it becomes
And,
too. It's like too
it
real.
does.
then.
It's like, see when you hear his father fucking crying.
My
and all,
boy!
my boy, my boy.
Yeah.
I never cried that. Like,
Yeah,
like
right.
Rain Girl.
I was crying. I was crying
And it's
last
just,
night.
it's
Shed a
just the
couple tears.
Batman land, like fucking. You know, it's Edward from Twilight.
I know, like what the fuck? He's
I
had
made
some
a very,
roles. Like,
very, very obscure Twilight reference like 10 seconds ago. I'm
what did you
sorry.
say?
Don't matter.
What was it?
He's like, "I like in the rain, girl."
Oh yeah,
When he died, but no one's gonna get that.
No, that's our thing. Like,
You know what I mean?
right? Shout out sponsors.
Bud Light your NI and Baked Potato NI. Yo,
Get them on Instagram.
like and subscribe, please.
We have Patreon, patreon.com/4Bros podcast. There's a lot more content on there now. We've got an exclusive podcast every week and a special every month. It will be a timed special for now because we just don't have many followers and we need everybody to see a lot of our content. So you will get it before everybody else. And the first 50 £1 per month. What more can you want? Yeah. What more
Sign
can you
up to
want?
the Patreon to say baby dicks and beards.
Baby dicks and beards on the Patreon.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys. This is
Yeah,
fun.
man, thank you very much.
Thank you. There's
Appreciate
Martin.
it.
Yeah.
He's back, baby.
See you later.
Come back, king.
To leave the fucking cocksucking cheese where it is.
This magic moment.